Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Yes, you beautiful souls, welcome to it. It is Monday. It is another opportunity for you to breathe in that thing called life and create some magic with it. And with that, we're going to give you all the incentive to do that. So let me first say good morning. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show is here. My name is Raul Demone, and I want to be serving you along with some other handsome gentlemen this morning. And this, of course, is the place where we celebrate, and we are continuing some of those celebrations. Obviously, yesterday was Father's Day. I hope you all had the opportunity to celebrate your fathers or someone that is a father figure in your life. And yesterday, we are taking that energy and carrying it on with us. So today's topic is a more deeper conversation. We're going to be discussing all things fatherhood and the impact of missing a father in one's child's life. Now, from daddy bloggers to all-time superheroes, we've got them all coming through in the studio this morning. And we're going to learn what obstacles modern-day fathers are facing today and what important lessons can be learned from our father figures. So yes, we are serving you once again. Mzansi, so much magic coming through on the show. And speaking of some superhero father figures, look at this dashing gentleman standing by. Let's say good morning.
I'll own it, man. I'll own it because I am a father and I loved Father's Day yesterday. I loved spending time with my family. My kids did the most for me and I absolutely loved it. So to all the fathers out there and all the father figures out there, that's certainly the role that was played in my life. Happy Father's Day and keep doing what you're doing. In fact, that kind of sparks the conversation that I want to start with you this morning. I want to hear from you what those father figures mean to you. We know that there are many unconventional fathers in our lives, and I say that loosely, but we're looking for those life lessons learned from those father figures that have changed, maybe shaped your life. So let us know, what is the most important role of a father figure in your opinion? Let us know on our WhatsApp line. Drop us a voice note, 063-408-8863. That's the WhatsApp line to use. If you want to drop us any voice notes this morning, possibly if you're a Stormers fan, feel free to just let it all out. If you're a Bulls fan, it's a safe space. You can vent as well. We'd love to hear from you this morning. Keep that conversation going for the next 3 hours. And if you're going to hit us up on social media, @Expresso Show is the handle to use. But let's give you a couple of conversation starters right now and get into those news headlines with Raul.
I love it, Gene. Of course, it's time to report on those headlines, and we will tuck into the sport action that took place this weekend. But before we do that, let's dive into some national news headlines. And starting off with the eThekwini Metro Council, who will start water rationing as of today. Now, Nick Mesweli, head of the Water and Sanitation Department, says 2 of the 4 pipelines supplying water to the Durban Heights water treatment plant need to be rebuilt. Now, meanwhile, Fadasa Hospitality Association President Brett Tange says the 3-hour water rationing from noon to 6 in the morning will ring the death knell for the hospitality and restaurant industry in areas such as Durban North and Mhlanga, as the industry is unfortunately water intensive and will not be able to function without it. While sticking to our national headlines now, and former President Kgalema Motlanthe said at a birthday party in Sandton for former President Thabo Mbeki on his 80th birthday that South Africa was privileged to have a leader like him. Now, Motlanthe said Africa continues to benefit from Mbeki's leadership qualities, and the former president led several teams to act as mediators in tension and conflict situations. Now, at the occasion, President Cyril Ramaphosa said leaders must remember they serve in office because the nation elected them and must therefore honor the promises they made to the nation. Well, now from our national news headlines, we head over to international news and reporting from Nigeria. Nigeria's Supreme Court has agreed that Muslim girls may wear a headscarf in government schools in Lagos State, thereby upholding a 2016 ruling by an appeal court that lifted a ban on the hijab. Now, girls have previously been barred from wearing a head covering because it was not part of school uniforms. Now, the decision may finally put to rest a legal battle that has lasted for years. Nigeria's population is roughly divided between Muslims and Christians, with many of both groups being staunch believers. Now, heading over to China now, where we're reporting on some interesting news. China has turned the Olympic villages built to house athletes during the Beijing Winter Games into COVID-19 quarantine camps. Now, in February, some 2,900 foreign athletes were housed in the closed-looped compounds that are sealed off from the rest of Beijing. But now, the Olympic villages are proving to be ideal locations to isolate those possibly infected with the virus. Now, last week, Beijing experienced a new outbreak linked to a popular bar, which led to public venues being closed and reintroduction of mass testing. Well, important stuff indeed. And speaking of the importance of Father's Day yesterday, we're going to carry on with that and share something on an interesting note. Now, with our theme today, as we mentioned, being fatherhood, a perfect example is that of 34-year-old Rayyan Suleiman, son of the famous and revered Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman. Rayyan says he learned from his father to remain humble in the quest of helping others. Now, his father is the director of the Gift of the Givers and has been universally lauded as the humanitarian work locally as well as his work abroad. Now, last year he was named Social Justice Champion of the Year for 2021 for the role he played in his organization during the worldwide lockdown. Now, Rayyan, Gift of the Givers Director of Operations, says one of the greatest lessons his father taught him is gratitude. Now, based in Pietermaritzburg, Rayyan has been involved with Gift of the Givers since childhood and actively became involved in management some 5 years ago. Now, when asked if he would eventually take over from his dad, Rayyan said, and quoted, "Presently, the focus is on building the organization so that it continues long after my dad or myself. Succession will then fall into place. It's not hereditary, but it must be earned," unquote. Well, on that note, I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines. Some incredible victories earned, but here to report on all of that is the G-Man.
Well, sorry, Raul, I'm going to start with the one event that didn't end in a victory for us, at least. In fact, it was a dead rubber. The deciding T20 between India and South Africa had to be abandoned after steady rainfall and hit at the climax of the 5-match series in Bangalore on Sunday, and causing it to be abandoned. Only 3.3 overs of play were possible after Keshav Maharaj, standing in for Indratemba Bavuma, won the toss and put India into bat. So the series stood at 2 apiece after South Africa won the first 2 matches before India then dominated the next 2. Next up for South Africa now is a trip to England for 3 ODIs and 3 T20s, and that's in July. And of course, on the rugby front, it's pretty big for the blue and white. Stormers captain Stephen Kitsoff has commented on his team's, and we quote, "never say die" attitude and the closeness of the group after their United Rugby Championship win over the Bulls. Kitsoff became the first captain to lift a URC trophy after his team edged out the Bulls in a thriller, 18-13 in the final, playing out in Cape Town on Saturday. The Stormers had to show a lot of character after they were dominated in the opening quarter of the match by the Bulls. They were also down 3-7 at the break before they staged their fight back in that second half, and certainly one for the history books. Then on to Formula One. Red Bull's Max Verstappen celebrated his 150th Formula One race on Sunday with a victory in the Canadian Grand Prix, and that of course extended his World Championship lead over teammate Sergio Perez to 46 points now. Perez's DNF means that Charles Leclerc, who finished 5th, has now closed the gap to the Mexican to just 3 points. Verstappen took his 26th career win, just 0.9 of a second ahead of Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, with 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton completing the podium for Mercedes. The Sainz collected a bonus point for fastest lap as well. Then on to two wheels move, and reigning world champion Fabio Quartararo, he extended his lead in the overall standings with a commanding performance despite feeling unwell to win the German MotoGP of the weekend. The Yamaha rider dominated in scorching temperatures at the Sachsenring, with fellow Frenchman Ryan Zarco finishing 2nd and Australia's Jack Miller in 3rd. Quartararo snatching the lead at the first corner away from Francesco Bagnaia, who started in pole position and then never looked back, but later revealed that he had suffered with the illness all weekend. And South Africa's Brad Binder, he came home in 7th, while brother Darren, he recorded a DNF. I'm going to reiterate, if you want to share your celebrations or your commiserations with us around any of the sporting activity, but obviously the United Rugby Championship, top of that pile, 063 408 8863 is the WhatsApp line to use. Give us a voice note right now, though. Let's get you prepped for our Monday weather.
Thanks a lot, G. And as you can hear vocally, I'm still feeling the URC final, but I'm going to give it a shot this morning. The SA Weather Service, let's start there. They've warned of cold and wet weather in the central interior and parts of the Cape provinces from today. It said a cut-off low-pressure system was expected to move over the northern Cape tomorrow. Now, showers and thunder showers could be expected over parts of the Cape provinces from tomorrow onwards, with associated cold daytime temperatures and windy conditions spreading to parts of the Free State and northwest. The Weather Service said the onset of the rainfall is expected over the northern Cape today, spreading to the Free State and northwest with strong gusting winds. Rainfall of some 20 to 35 millimeters is expected over the parts of the northern Cape, Free State and northwest. It added that snowfalls are likely to be confined to the Drakensberg and Lesotho on Wednesday, spreading to the high-lying areas of the western and eastern Cape. That'll be on Thursday. Now, from Weather News to Sunrise Views, we love starting the day with your sunrise images. And Elvira, you first from Pietermaritzburg, kicking off our weather and, of course, our week with this cloud-filled sky being illuminated with hues of purple and orange. Then Sagri Naidu from Randot woke up extra early this morning to capture an incredible shot of the sun rising in the distance while the light creeps through the trees. And what a way to start the day. Do remember, if you've got a sunrise picture, send it our way. You can WhatsApp it through to 06340888863 as we take a peek at your temperatures across South Africa. Starting with you, Polokwane, good morning. 9 to 20 for you today. Bombela, you have a 21-degree day ahead of you, 16 your low. A minimum of 7 in Pretoria, up to 21. Johannesburg, you've got 5 to 19. Mahikeng, 22 degrees Celsius for you from a low of 8. Klerksdorp, you wake up to 7 degrees Celsius, but you rise to 23. Kimberley, shining bright like a diamond as always, 24 the maximum from a low of 9. Bloemfontein, 5 to 22. Richards Bay, same max for you, 22 degrees Celsius. That's from a low of 14. Now, Pietermaritzburg, you can expect some rain today. Get the umbrella out. 18 is your high from a low of 9. 85% chance of precipitation for you. Durban, a 66% chance of some rain, 15 to 20. Umtata, 7 to 16 today, also some rain for you. East London, touch and go when it comes to rain, 14 to 19, around a 25% chance. Cradock, 4 to 14 today. Gqeberha, you've got 11 on the cards this morning, 18 is how you thaw out. George, 10 to 17. Cape Town, 12 to 19 today. Worcester, 9, rising steadily to 18. Sutherland, 6 to 11. And then Uppington, you've got some rain, but also a nice warm day, 25 degrees Celsius, a 90% chance of rain, and a 14-degree low this morning. And that is a wrap of your weather. Another update for you in 1 hour. But of course, our theme today is the importance of the father, and sometimes these quotes will inspire you. Take a listen.
Yes, indeed. Time to get inspired.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it's got a bit of a sporting undertone. But a lot of dads out there, I think, regardless of your title, okay, your official title, we put this one first, and that's why I love this quote. Yeah. This quote of the day comes from famed boxer, in fact, Ken Norton, who opened up about his life with his kids and the pride of fatherhood. And this is what he had to say.
I love this one. He says, of all the titles I've been privileged to have, Dad has always been the best. Simple as that. Gee, can you resonate to that? How was yesterday for you?
Well, I was just looking at it thinking how awful it would be to take a knock from that guy. I'm guessing discipline wasn't an issue in his house. Yeah. That was never a worry, but a stand-up guy, I absolutely agree with that. It's weird how your whole life, this before and after, when the kids arrive, everything then channels through them, which is a gift in itself. So to all of our dads who have held our hands so that we could fly, and our dads who themselves are out there in the sky soaring, happy Father's Day from the Expresso family to you. See, this is what happens when you're a dad. You earn the right.
I see so, yeah, man. Enjoy it. Trying to make us all jealous out here.
I'm sorry, you just got to learn one of these life's lessons, right? You can't always get the yogurt.
You earned it, you earned it.
And it is good.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live at S3. I hope you had a great day, Daddy. Just yesterday, I'm sure it was fantastic. I'm sure you're feeling the warmth and the love. But you know what? Once they were only seen as breadwinners, you know, once upon a time, maybe disciplinarians in some households. Today, fathers no longer want to be limited by these roles. They want to be true co-parents, providing nurture and care to their children as well. It's not an easy job, definitely, but based on the smiles on our panel's faces, it sure seems like a very, very rewarding one as well.
Yeah, certainly after Father's Day, I think all feeling that afterglow. We love it. Today, we discuss fatherhood in the modern era. What it means, how to navigate the ups and downs, and more importantly, how it changes us, because there really is a before and an after. And our panel consists of some daddy bloggers, Taryn Williams, as well as Cheslin Peterson and his partner, Zahir Slarmi. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
5 kids.
5? Yes. You were just telling us the ages, and I thought you were dialing an emergency code. Just tell us the ages again.
So 13, 11, 9, and then I got twins, 7 and 7.
Wow.
So my wife and I tried for 4, which was crazy, and then we got a bonus one.
And then you went all in. You were like, nah, I'm there.
All to the middle of the table.
Of course, that in itself is a conversation starter, but we encourage you guys at home to join in on the discussion and share your thoughts, your insights, and your experiences with us. Drop us a voice note, please, on our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Such a pleasure to have you here, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, that's great. Beautiful day.
Yes.
It was a lovely one. But of course, there are some nuances that we have to discuss. And I need to start with you. First and foremost, are you okay?
Yeah.
Secondly, you know...
When last did you sleep?
Yes. He's been awake since last night. But it's important for us to just navigate this space over here because, I mean, you've got quite a few kids.
Yeah.
And naturally, you have to be something to all of them.
Yeah.
Even though your overarching, your blanket statement is that I'm, you know, your dad. But now to have these relationships with each one of these kids.
Yeah.
And look, and also their different ages. You have to treat them in certain sort of ways in terms of their maturity levels and how you raise them. How are you navigating that space, you know, with all of these kids, different ages, and still managing to be a somebody to each one of them?
Just made me nervous now.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I felt a bit nervous with these questions. I was actually wanted to take notes.
No, come on.
Because often when you're a parent, you can't tell the forest from the trees.
Yeah.
You're so in the thick of it.
Yes.
My wife actually just went away for 3 weeks. Before, she'd only been away for 3 days. She just turned 40, and this was her way of doing something in the middle of her life.
Great.
She came back with Jedi wisdom, like with clarity about her life. I think parents actually do need those times when you get away and just think about what you're doing. Because in the daily grind, you know, you feel a bit overwhelmed. Most parents feel like they're not doing such a great job, and you actually need people around them to say, no, you're doing great, you're doing great. But when I think about what I find so rewarding about parenting my kids, it's the sense of love that I feel for them. You know, what's the child? The child is somebody walking around, another body walking around with your heart in them.
Yeah.
And Father's Day, like all my kids together, all in one place. You can't get happier than that.
Yeah.
And then that feeling of purpose. You know, Julie and I felt like we had purpose in our lives. But once we came home from the hospital with our first child, Eli, it's like this laser sharp focus, like this child, look after it, get it ready to become a good person who can make a good difference in the world. That keeps you focused for like 20 years. Yeah. And then the feeling of just being their hero. You know, my kids now starting to watch Marvel superheroes, but they look at me like I'm their hero in the world. I'm the real hero. And that, like, it calls out the best in you.
It really does. And it becomes like a bubble that you can keep going back into no matter how tough everything else is in the world. And for me, it's that line in the sand. I think ultimately there is a line you won't cross. Cheslin, here you guys have a different journey to get to this point that I would imagine has its own challenges in itself. Ayan is your beautiful child's name. Please tell us how you guys got to this point of adopting, what that journey was like, and how it feels now to be a dad.
Yes. So first things first, I think both myself and Cheslin, we were, you know, we love children. We work with kids every single day. It's our career. And when we got married way back in 2015, we both agreed, hey, you know what, we would really love to have a child. This was something we discussed all the time, and we then Googled, and we came across an organization, and we approached them, and they said, hey, come for orientation. We sat down, and we had this beautiful orientation, speaking about being a parent, etc., and the process of adoption, etc. You know, we went back home, etc., and we went to a party, I think, weeks after that, and Cheslin received a call from a friend, a volleyball friend, an old volleyball friend who attended school with him. Yeah. And she had said to Cheslin, I'm 7 months pregnant. Unfortunately, I don't have, you know, the funds and things to look after the child, or the means to look after the child. I would really love it if you and Zahir could take my child for adoption. And
Wow.
you know, Almighty heard our prayers, and we definitely, but you know, I was skeptical at the beginning, so we said, let's hook up with the mom and discuss, you know, what's it all about, why, what's the reasons, etc., etc. And thereafter, the same organization, we went way back in the beginning of that year of 2015. They assisted us and made it possible, and we walked the journey. We even went for the scan to check how far she was, etc. And myself and Cheslin were in the room when she gave birth. Cheslin held her hand while I was slipping down umbilical cords.
So it's burnt into your mind forever, and you got off scot-free, basically.
Correct. So I think we were super blessed to have that whole experience of being in the delivery room and being there when Ayan came. And then obviously Ayan was put into a safe house for 60 days. And I think by the 16th of December, Ayan came home to us, and that's
Oh, you must have been itching.
Wow.
Oh, my word, you must have been.
That 60 days were the worst days of my life, because I was like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then we went away. We actually went away on holiday because I couldn't bear just thinking about it. And eventually, with the...
that 61st day was the best of your life.
Was the correct. It was fantastic, seriously.
There's clear pride in your voices, every one of your voices. And this is why we're going to unpack this a little bit more. In fact, if you want to join in the conversation, please feel free. There's a WhatsApp line just for you. Give us a voice note, give us a question, give us why you're so proud to be a dad. If you want to, 063-408-8863. And we'll continue our panel discussion in the next couple of minutes on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Especially Stormer's dads.
Yes.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Okay, so speaking of fatherhood in the modern era, it requires an extra boost of what you need to get into the day. And what better way to get one than with a cup of morning something? Yeah, as we continue to honor the incredible role that fathers and father figures play in our lives, and with the new week in, full swing, it's time for a Super M Bulletproof coffee. It'll help every dad tackle the week undefeated without a doubt. So, what constitutes a Super M Bulletproof coffee, you ask? Well, that's completely up to our presenters. I'm going to be putting them to the task this morning. They'll be making their very own version of the Monday Kickstarter in the Super M Bulletproof Coffee Challenge. It will then be up to you, okay, you, our viewers at home, to vote for who made it best. You'll each, be presented with 60 seconds. That's for our presenters, who are going to be given 60 seconds to get it in. And they are our dads on the show. It's Graham and it's Carl. You cannot walk on, you already have the ingredients.
I
don't know where you. So that is for you and Carlito.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Apologies. I didn't know that you had one for me.
That is for you. We're researching
lovely
about all of
I love this
right?
one. This is very, very tiny.
Very.
I'll try and get it on here.
It looks normal size. It looks normal.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, this is supposed to. This was meant to go behind you.
Yes,
but we can do that. We can do it like so.
Like this.
And then we get this one up.
I'm so glad you guys have got me a nice apron.
Okay, maybe let's try a different size.
Okay. You know what? We'll go for the normal size.
Let's go for the normal size.
Also, I know
this wasn't my idea.
I know
this wasn't my idea. All right, dads. So we all know this, right? We all know that a good morning cup of something really good is all that you need to get into it. In fact, speaking of bulletproof coffees, I mean, Graham, you used to make these for us when we used to ride here together.
Now, me and Linz do it all the time. I don't know if I make the official original bulletproof coffee, but I make my version and I love it.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Great kickstart to the day, yeah.
This is beautiful. Okay, so you've got your ingredients in front of you, gents, and it's now up to you with 60 seconds only to go to make the best Super M Bulletproof, your own version of it. Okay, are you ready for it? You got 60 seconds, and it starts in 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right. Do you have a choice there?
Let's go with that one, because I need some color for
all right, so I see Graham going for the vanilla over there. You go for the chocolate, Carlito.
Just,
can I steal one of your...
So how much butter do you go with for your bulletproof? Because at the same time, you don't want it being too, like...
I like the, the fats have to do their thing. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully it's warm enough over here. And once they've done that, I'm just going to add just a touch
You can see
here.
Graham's done this one, too many times. This is something that comes very naturally and very easily for Graham. You can see that going in. Graham is. It seems like Graham's in the lead here because I see, and maybe it's too soon to say, but you've got almost all of your ingredients in there, Graham.
I like
How's it going for you?
the visual impact.
Carlito, how's it going?
Going well.
It's going well.
It's going
You
beautiful.
sure? You're liking that?
Yes, I'm loving this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your
Thank you.
time is up.
Thank you.
It looks great.
Super
Looks
M
lovely.
style. Served to perfection.
Indeed. And the great thing is
Or
that
not.
you are going to have to taste. That's going to be fantastic. That's lovely.
Oh, no. Well, maybe not so much tasted. Let's leave it to the viewers to see and look at and judge just by the look of it. What do you think? Whose Super M Bulletproof
Gotta drink
coffee
each other's
do
on
you
it.
think is the winning one? Let us know on our Facebook Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Now, in the wise words of the Marvel world, no man can win every battle, but no man should fall without a struggle. Go on to our socials. Let us know who you think won today's Super M Bulletproof Coffee Challenge. Remember to tag at Super M_SA. That's at Super M_SA in your comments. We want to see. So this one is Graham's.
That's mine.
On the left, and this one is Carl's.
Yes.
They both
Just
look
try, shoot
really
it.
good to me.
Try, shoot it. You can see. Shoot it, and it's going to be bulletproof.
Butter. Very buttery. Oi.
That's why I stirred my...
All up, Zanzi. It's going to be a hot day in the big city. Super M. Anytime gap filler. Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our discussion about fatherhood. Yes, happy Father's Day. Once again, belated to all of our dads out there and father figures. Now, featuring in our panel this morning are dads. We've got bloggers Taryn Williams, as well as Cheslin Peterson and his partner Zahir Islami. And earlier, we explored the importance of a father figure, and we delve a little deeper into that discussion now by focusing on the changing dynamics of fathers in the home. It's a different world right now, and we encourage you at home to join in on the discussion and share your thoughts and experiences. Those are insights, please, with us. Drop a voice note on our WhatsApp line 063-408-8863.
All right, so let's get started. Panel, thank you so much for being here, first and foremost. Now, Cheslin, I'm going to start here because I know for a fact, we all know that the father, the idea of a father in the past 50 years has changed dramatically. Fathers have changed themselves. You know, the way we conduct ourselves with our kids as well, you know, it's a new world. But you obviously have had a lot of pushback with regard to your family that you've developed and you've grown. In this beautiful family, of course, the last thing you want is anybody questioning why the family feels different or whatever that may be. Do you think it's the blog and the way that you've kind of navigated the situation and sharing your experiences has helped you navigate the entire idea of the modern family and being a father changing?
First things first, I think when I started the blog, it was because I wanted to create awareness,
yes,
especially amongst the gay communities.
Yeah.
And I wanted people to know that this is possible. I remember when I was younger, I always thought to myself, because of my natural inclination, I would not be able to have kids. But as time went, I've realized that Almighty has blessed me with a child. Yeah. And I want to tell people out there that it is possible. And also for the broader community, is also to let them know we're coming from all the struggle, and we're coming from time where we fought for freedom, etc., democracy, etc. And I think it's time that people explore the lived experience of the life of two Cape Town dads,
yes,
and try to understand our dynamics, and that the child is, as long as the child is happy, that is on the end of the day more important. But I was quite surprised when, as I made the blog, and I realized that people are more flexible in their thinking, and people are more accommodating in the sense of that they are not worried about the sexuality, but they're more worried about the child being happy. And is the house conducive? Is there love and care and nurture in the... And that is actually was a surprise for me. But nevertheless, pushbacks in life, you know, I've learned that people have their opinions. Right? And people, and it's okay because they speak from the soundboard. And we have learned to accept that, and it's okay because everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. But we have a choice, and we can decide, do we want to entertain this, or do we want to pay attention to the discrimination or the opinions, etc. Because we know what we are all about. We know our dynamics, and we understand that Ayan is our priority, and his well-being is our first primary concern. And I want to add quickly with the blog is that our blog is more than just same-sex marriage who has adopted a child. It became much more than that.
It's a parent blog for one thing.
Exactly, and we are talking about social economic issues, you know, and it allows our followers to join us on that platform. And it also have a bit of humor, light-hearted conversations with Jasmina, our friend. And she is 63 years of age, and she brings her perspective of her generation onto this platform. So the platform is very diverse, but
Nice. I'm going to leave it to the two of you to think about who's the better parent, because my relationship.
I'm just kidding.
I absolutely love that, because you're teaching your boy every day a lesson in dealing with the situation more than anything else, more than what you say, what you do are the lessons they learned. Let's talk about mental health for a second, because this is something that you've spoken quite openly about. How much has the pandemic affected us? Because I get a sense that we've all been rocked. We've all had our foundations shaken. And I think we're all reading, and dads are struggling to figure out, well, can I be vulnerable and weak and still be the dad? How do we reconcile mental health issues and where we sit with the pandemic right now and being a dad?
Good question to ask today. Today is International Father's Mental Health Day around the world. So you guys timed that question perfectly.
But this is actually why we had the discussion. We knew it.
Yeah. It's been waiting a whole year to have this discussion, so let's make it count.
Yeah, so there's something about masculinity that men often think, you know, a real man does life alone. You know, a strong guy sorts out his problems, he makes a way for his family, and the pandemic, you know, made life more difficult. So one isolating men even more. So, you know, a much healthier way of being a man is reaching out for help. No man who succeeds gets there without reaching out for help, especially when it comes to relationships that succeed. So what the pandemic did is it isolated men more. It gave them more difficult kids to parent because the kids are going through difficulties of being isolated themselves over the time. And then you've got the financial and the employment instability, so a lot more stress, more isolation, and then you understand why the stats have said that there's more anxiety, more depression in more men, and also tragically a higher suicide rate. So this is a serious thing. I've actually written a post on it recently on my blog, The Dad Dude, and you know, men, we need to talk, and I'm busy writing about that. And the good thing that came out of the pandemic is that men have become better co-parents and they're spending more time with their kids. So there's a flip side positive too.
Yeah, man, it was one of the greatest gifts I could have been given from a dad's perspective. 7 months alone with my child. What price would you put on that now to get that back again? Is a weird question to ask yourself. Spot on, gents. Thank you so much. We're going to continue the discussion. We are talking about the role that a father plays in today's society. What does that father figure look like in your world? We'd love to get your take and your advice this morning, please. We're just a bunch of dads trying to make our way through the world. We need your help. 063 408 8863. Drop us a line.
Gentlemen, absolutely loving this conversation, and so many points already standing out for me. One thing that definitely is true, that the modern day dad is definitely navigating an interesting space right now. But something that stood out for me quite a bit in that was that you're not alone and you don't have to do anything alone. That when it comes to conversations, when it comes to emotions, and even when it comes to movement. So listen to this. Of course, you can see why I've gotten changed. I'm hoping you got the hint already. If you can incorporate your daily fitness activity into a workout you do together with your partner, you're going to get the best of both worlds. Yeah, so partnering up is a good thing for most occasions. So studies have also shown that couples who exercise together find that they also stick to a workout program longer and maintain a healthy relationship. That's 2 boxes, massive boxes being ticked. So here to take us through some of these exercises, we've got a gym owner and model, Ryan Botha, as well as pole dancer and instructor, Lida Botha as well. They are both specialists. They are both going to do something special and take us through an incredible journey of getting into fitness. Let us welcome them to the Expresso stage. How are you guys doing? You kind of like walked off like a runway or a cover of a magazine, but I love this. You guys are literally the inspiration when it comes to not only health, but being in a healthy relationship, which is so important today. So I believe we're pretty blessed here because you've come through to give us a full-on journey into working out with your partners as well. If you don't have a partner, I believe you have some tips for us that can still work for us on our own, but I think it's important to go through this journey because we all want to just get excited and go into an exercise, but it's cold. The body needs to get geared up, right? So I'm going to leave Mzansi in your capable hands and I'm going to just watch this show because I'm excited to learn and get educated. So what do you exactly got planned for us today?
All right, well, Les will take us through a warm-up, okay? We're going to a body, which there you can also separate into by yourself or together, which we'll show you.
Okay, nice.
And to a basic cool-down at the end, which is just releasing the tension from your body and helping you relax that mind and body going into your day.
Beautiful. So, Mzansi, I guess this is your opportunity to get off the couch, of course, get some clothing on and join us. This is going to be a 3-parter, taking you right through the journey of how to get from maybe this to all this. All right, you ready for this? Let's get into it. What are we doing first?
Leds, on you.
All right, okay, so we're going to just get your body moving and the mobility flowing nice and slowly so that you don't injure anything.
Yes, please.
Super
Let's bring
important.
that on, yeah. Especially for the dads out there as well. I think injuries are something they don't want.
My hamstring's standing still on the weekend.
Yeah, that actually happened. Also, the other thing that you want to think about is that this warm-up is actually going to surprise you how sore your shoulders are going to be straight off the bat.
So there's some calorie burning in this already.
I
like it. Okay,
You're going to do it
let's get into it.
Okay,
Yes, please.
all right. So, standing nice and comfortable, hands out to the side, and we're just warming up our shoulders. So flex those hands, and we're just doing small circles, 10 forwards.
All right, I actually remember this from my swimming days. These can humble you very quickly.
100%. And let's
Makes you
go
hold
back.
these like a minute or two, you know?
Yeah, the
Generally
burn
you're
is
on
real.
fire.
Definitely, but so important at the same time. I mean, how important are our shoulders for all the movements that we do?
Exactly.
You'll see that hold you in everything you do, plus your legs.
So now we're going
yeah.
with just one elbow. So this is a bit of brain gymnastics for you at the same time. So one arm is rotating, then the other. Trying to keep those shoulders still at a 90-degree angle. There you go. And now just to play with your mind, change directions. So now you're going forward. There we go.
Wax on, wax off.
Exactly. There we go.
Hey, you know, if you put music to this already, you could call this a
All
dance.
right,
I'm
exactly.
feeling this.
There
I'm
we
feeling
go.
this partner vibes.
All
I'm loving
right,
it.
and drop it. So now we're just flicking out the fingers, and we're going to go all the way up to the top, and all the way to the front, all the way down. One more time, all the way to the top, all the way to the front, and all the way down. Now we're going to get that body moving, spine twisting.
Right.
So hips are facing forward, soften the knees.
Yeah.
Just the torso is rotating. So take your hands out, rotate. There we go. Keep those hips facing forward.
And for a lot of dads out there, you might hear some cracking.
Yes.
Maybe normal?
100%.
Getting the rust off?
Release that tension.
Exactly.
And I like this because, I mean, it's getting me not only geared up body-wise, but mentally I'm kind of getting in the zone to actually complete a workout. So this is exciting me. It's like that climb before the roller coaster begins.
You know it's going to come down at some stage.
All right. Now we're just going to get those hips nice and mobile as well. So we're rotating. So try and go up onto the toe, rotate that hip.
What if I don't have as much pizzazz as you?
You can just...
It's applicable.
It took a while to get this right. So
I feel you, man.
been a while for 6 years. She lost me for 5.5.
Still laughing. Get that other hip going. There we go. Nice. Now, if you want to start getting your partner involved, I'll take you for a second.
Cool.
So now we're going to do little squats, right?
Right.
Yeah, counterbalance squats.
Normal squat, like you'd usually go down. Now you're going to grab my hand. So now let's lean
Sit.
back. So counterbalance. Feel my way. There we go.
I
And
can actually
squat.
get a range from that as
There we
well.
go.
Nice.
Hang into
Okay.
it, hang into it. Give me some weight. There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, I feel this.
There we go.
It's almost like a conversation at the same time.
it's
Trying to
like a
first
chat.
understand your own body, but
There
then
you
your partner's
go.
at the same
First thing
time.
in the morning, how do you
Exactly.
sleep? How are you feeling? Hey, what you doing today? There we go.
That's a conversation.
There
I
we go.
like it.
And
Okay.
one more. Good,
Getting
right.
the vibes, the legs are warm. We're running out of time on part one, but
Yeah.
don't worry, Mzansi. We've got 2 more parts coming at you. Already getting the body warmed up by these 2 incredible souls, partners, but also workout professionals. You can find them online, but don't worry, don't go anywhere because this workout is going to continue.
Only you can make my day.
Add a little sunshine. Everflu C Immune Booster Plus, now with vitamin D. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live at S3, and we're back to our discussion about fatherhood, one of the most beautiful virtues in life. Now featuring our panel of dashing dads, bloggers Taryn Williams, as well as Chesney Peterson and his partner Saeed Slami, and they're standing by with some amazing advice. In fact, dadvice, to make sure that you are confirmed and ready. Before we get there, I think it's important for us to, we've been encouraging you to message in, and we want to hear your voices with regard to this. So let's go.
Yeah, man. We've got a couple of people weighing in. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's start with Nologu, who had this to say on our WhatsApp line. Let's take a listen.
The important role of being a father figure is make sure that you are there for the person when they need you, give advices where is needed, and provide for the person.
You are the provider. We had another one coming in from Alvera. Let's hear what she had to say.
Good morning, Expresso. So basically, I would think that a father is a all-in-one. Mm-hmm. They're there when you need advice on life or even finance. He's the person who makes sure that the ship is run smoothly while he's queen and his kids are always taken care of. Have a great morning, guys.
I love that. We'll get back to that one. Leona also dropped us a voice note on our line. Let's hear what she had to say.
Fathers are the glue that keeps families together. The real-life superhero of every child should be their father. There is no greater love. I miss my dad.
Oh. In the feels.
Big time.
So here, you've faced a very different set of challenges, I'm sure, establishing what that role is of a father. When we talk about that mother energy, the role of a mother, how have you guys wrapped your head around bringing that feminine energy into the space, and how important is that, do you feel? Because this is something that I would imagine you've had to wrap your head around. How have you, as a gay couple, approached that?
I think in the beginning, apologies, in the beginning, myself and Jason, we were very concerned about, can we replace or take the place of a mother? And we were obviously stressed about that. But as time went on, we realized it's something to be a parent, it's not about being a mother nor a father. It's about being a parent, someone who can love, nurture, and to be there. It was crazy to navigate between, being a male and try to replace that, but you can't replace that, in my opinion. Getting up in the middle of the night and being there for Ayan when he needed, to help, etc. So it was difficult, but as we went on, it became natural to both of us to do that. We helped each other through our journey. We were there for each other most of the time, when we needed assistance. And to be honest, it wasn't easy, but we got there. I think we were each other's strength through the trials. And I used to obviously feel overwhelmed at times. Being a parent is not easy for anyone. And Chislin was there as a guide as well. You got this, and you know what it is to be a parent. And so it became natural. And so my thoughts on this is that, parenting has no gender. It's about love, care, and about just being there for your child at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Well said. That's exactly what it should be. If there are any sort of young dads, potential fathers out there, Taryn, I want to go to the dad dude himself here. How would you sort of equip them for what is to be expected? How do you get them excited about this role as a father? What would you say to them?
Yeah, so in terms of what's expected, you've got to love your kids, you've got to lead your kids. Easier said than done. Those are the two things you've got to do.
Yeah.
Love them every day. See if you can show them the love, tell them you love them. Kids need it like flowers need sunshine. And then lead them. Tell them what's true, how to live, how to treat people, show them with your example. In the beginning, you have 100% control on this life, but as they get older, you give them more space.
So, Taryn, just to cut you off there, apologies. I know that you have a mic difficulty, but basically, Taryn, what Taryn echoed is the fact that there's a lot of excitement around you imparting a lot of that shine of just that awareness of that kid knowing that you're there for them. I think that's so powerful too, and I love what you said about they need that type of affirmation and presence, like flowers need sunshine. sunshine. I think that's so powerful.
Yep, you just got to be a Swiss Army knife. You just got to be there and be ready to do it all. Gents, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I was brought up by a woman, and she played the father role incredibly well. The father role doesn't have to be a traditional pillar. It has to be something that you show up for every day, regardless of the guys. And I'm going to say to all the new fathers out there embarking on this journey, as intimidating and terrifying as it can be, it is literally going to be the best element of your life.
Amen.
I can promise you that. And once again, I say happy Father's Day. Not yesterday, but today and every day, because you have to be a father every single day. And we appreciate you. And we love the fact that so many people embrace this opportunity to shine a light on what it is to be a dad. So thank you so much to all of you at home, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy every day, guys. Enjoy every day that you get.
Thank you.
Oh, such an incredible chat by the gentleman, of course. If that's got your appetite into gear, then don't worry. This next recipe is something you're definitely going to want to try.
Soy goodness from nature. Source of plant protein. Naturally cholesterol-free, lactose-free. Made with love by Clover.
Yes, some Zanzi, the inspiration for your next meal is right here. It's a classic bobotie. It's one of South Africa's most loved comfort foods, and especially on a cold winter's day. Yes, bring it on. Now, if you are keeping your Mondays meat-free, then you are going to absolutely love our Clover Good Hope soy lentil bobotie. It is so soy good that you won't miss the meat at all. And here to show us how is the beautiful Jenny Morris in the building. Yes. Dressed in orange,
well, hello.
Wrapped up in orange for the day, looking warm, bringing us the heat that we need for this cold morning. How are you doing, Jenny?
I'm good, my sweet. Even better now after that send-up. What can I say? You're such a charmer.
Oh, I'm only honest. That's all I ever am in the kitchen. But I see you've got some beautiful colors, some great ingredients. You've already gotten into the cooking. What's in the pot there?
So what I have in here is some onions and, of course, all these lovely bobotie spices. So this is a kind of a masala. You know, masala belongs to every housewife. Yeah. You can buy it or you can make it.
Okay.
And a little bit of, you can call it turmeric, you can call it manja, you can call it bori, whatever you want to call it. Gives it that beautiful sunshine color. I love it.
And also it's got some good anti-inflammatory properties on top of that. So the health boxes are getting to it.
And antibiotic and antibacterial. And if you cut yourself, stick your finger in the manja, baby, it'll stop the bleeding. It clots blood. Yeah, it's very good.
Okay. All right.
So now we're releasing. Can you smell that?
Can already.
Makes me happy.
Guys, it's like a blanket. Like a bliss wrapping you up in comfort and warmth.
Spice. And of course, I love sultanas. You can put raisins if you want to.
Yeah, but the sultanas are making it more authentic to me. It's just like got that traditional feel of like a curry or rice or a bobotie.
Well, they suck up all the...
Yes, that's exactly it.
Look at that.
And this is pretty much, to me, obviously we've got all these ingredients still coming through, but some of the base of what really gives it that authenticity is what you've just put in there now.
Absolutely. And I put a bit of vinegar in here because it's quite a sweet dish.
Okay.
So what the vinegar is going to do is going to just...
neutralize it?
Yes, neutralize and just balance it out a little bit.
Okay.
Salt and pepper. And a little bit of chutney, but I'll put the chutney and rice at the end because I don't want it to burn.
Oh, you want to keep that
I want to keep it going,
I got you. Unfortunately, otherwise it's going to get lost up in all those good flavors that are now combining together, right?
Listen to that sizzle there. And then your lentils, you can use canned lentils in this. You can pre-soak your lentils. You can get a little bit of help from Mike. You know, I always have Mike. Mike is the person. No, it's not. It's my microwave.
Oh. I was like, hey, what have you not told me about how they had a good weekend or what?
No, darling. I'm still a widow, you know. It hasn't been a year, for goodness sake. What kind of girl do you think I am?
Oh, look, we got Mike, so we're in safe hands. And, we got this recipe as well, so we don't need anything else.
So what you can start doing now is you can whisk those eggs. I want to see those biceps.
You whisk away.
Triceps. I want to just see...
Keeping the whites and the yellow together, right?
Of course, darling. We like to mix.
Let me get my whisk on for you, Jenny.
Oh, baby, go.
Once I'm done with this, is there anything else that I'm adding to it?
Of course. my little hero. Mike might be my friend in the kitchen, but this is my hero.
I was waiting when we're going to
yes.
use this good stuff because I must say I'm loving how many ingredients and how many recipes we can actually create with this.
Totally.
And not only that, but let me tell you about this, Mzansi. Clover Good Hope soy milk is dairy-free on top of that, right? So it's a great option for when it comes to drinking, baking, as well as cooking. But it also is preservative-free. Now, on top of that, it's a great source of protein as well as good nutritional value. And Good Hope's Clover soy milk is high in omega-3 as well as low in sodium. So when it comes to health, this is what it is all about. How much of this am I getting in a cup?
Just a cup, and then you can pass me my baking dish at the same time.
So,
Can you
let me just
multitask?
take my time with this because
No, don't take your time. Hoi.
Hoi, hoi. We're making magic in the kitchen. Right, that's done. Got some of these bay leaves, right?
Yes, but you're going to first give me the big dish.
The big dish.
This is a little hot number here.
I feel that's already been lined with some oil there,
Yeah.
which is nice.
So what we're now going to do is just take this beautiful mixture
Yeah.
and just throw it into our bowl, our baking dish, and we're going to bake it. We're going to make, that's the lovely custard for the top.
So it gets an extra round of like flavor enhancement, like getting baked up in this.
Yes.
Okay, I see you.
And you know what? If you're vegan, I mean, you don't want to add the eggs, you can always put a little bit of corn flour.
Nice.
With your soy milk, a little bit of corn flour.
And that'll kind of bind it and keep it together.
To bind it and just to keep it together.
Beautiful. So this could essentially almost become like a vegan meal in a sense.
It can
nice.
if you want it, yeah. So a little bit of this because we want more colour.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of manja more manja.
More manja, the better.
More manja, absolutely.
Oh man, the smells I'm getting from this.
Good. It's good. And here's a little tip.
Yeah?
When we throw this in, you can take that away. You don't want to disturb everything, so just throw it over the back of your spoon.
Oh, smart, smart.
But what I do like is when it kind of mixes.
It's like an art piece.
Absolutely. Bring your lovely little flaked almonds. You go over the top with the almonds.
Almonds coming in.
Let's
Finishing
go.
touches just about to go down here.
Yes.
Myself and Jenny Morris making absolute magic in the kitchen with a meat-free lentil bobotie and using that hero ingredient from Good Hope, the soy milk. Jenny Morris, thank you. Thank you for providing a blanket of comfort and flavor for us for this winter. And of course, Mzansi, don't stress, because if you just tuned in now, don't worry. We have just made something incredible that you're going to want to make tonight and every other day of the week. And you want some inspiration, here is a recap of how to put all this goodness together. Check it out.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso Live at S3. Coming up, we take a look at the sports over the weekend, including that URC final. That's going to be pretty exciting. Plus, our artist of the day will also be chatting to you. Before we get there, news from around the world. Tabiso is standing by.
Thank you very much, Wasty Tasty. Yes, just after 7 o'clock, we take a look at those news headlines. The Judicial Service Commission will today conduct an interview with the President of the Court of Appeal, Mandisa Maya, for the post of Deputy Chief Justice of the Constitutional Court. Now, the post has been vacant since Judge Raymond Zondo was appointed Chief Justice, and Maya is the first black woman to hold such a senior position in the judiciary. She's being praised for turning the Court of Appeal into one of the most efficient courts in the country. Staying with our local news, the eThekwini Metro Council will start water rationing today. Ethnic Msweli, head of the Water and Sanitation Department, says that 2 of the 4 pipelines supplying water to the Durban Heights water treatment plant need to be rebuilt. Meanwhile, Fedasa Hospitality Association President Brett Tange says that the 3-hour water rationing from noon to 6 in the morning will ring the death knell for the hospitality and restaurant industry in areas such as Durban North and Umhlanga, as the industry is unfortunately water intensive and will not be able to function without it. In international news, Ukraine's parliament has voted in favor of banning certain Russian music in media and public spaces. The ban will apply to musicians who have or had Russian citizenship at any time after 1991, the year that Ukraine declared independence. Artists who have condemned Russia's war in Ukraine can apply for an exemption from the ban. And Ukraine says that the ban will minimize the risks of possible hostile propaganda through music in the country. And the bill also prohibits the import of books from Russia as well as Belarus. In Nigeria, the Supreme Court has agreed that Muslim girls may wear a headscarf in government schools in Lagos State, thereby upholding a 2016 ruling by an appeal court that lifted a ban on the hijab. And girls that had previously been barred from wearing a head covering because it was not part of schools' uniforms, this decision may finally put to rest a legal battle that has lasted for years. Nigeria's population is roughly divided between Muslims and Christians, with many of both groups being staunch believers. Now, Cape Town International Airport has scooped 3 prestigious awards at the 2022 World Airport Awards in Paris, France, and was voted the best in Africa for the 7th consecutive time. The World Airport Awards are described as the most prestigious accolades for the airport industry, voted by customers in a large annual global airport customer satisfaction survey, assessing customers' service and facilities across some 550 airports. Meanwhile, Cape Town is also well represented at the upcoming 29th Annual World Travel Awards, with nominations in several categories. The mother city has been nominated for Africa's leading beach, business travel, city, festival and event and meetings, as well as conference destination, as well as Africa's leading tourist attraction, namely Table Mountain. Western Cape MEC for Finance and Economic Opportunities, Mirelle Wegner, said that the awards were a clear vote of confidence in the airport. And she added, I quote, "I congratulate the Cape Town International, their team and all those involved in making this fantastic achievement possible, especially during these very trying times." Well done to Cape Town International Airport, and all of the best to the city of Cape Town and the Western Cape at large on their upcoming accolades. That's where we leave for now. Here is a look at what's happening in sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Toby. So not the best note to start on this morning as we turn to cricket first, and the deciding T20 between India and South Africa was abandoned after steady rain ruined the climax of the 5-match series in Bangalore on Sunday. And such a pity because it was poised. Only 3.3 overs of play were possible after Keshav Maharaj, standing in for injured captain Timber Bavuma, won the toss and put India into bat. But the series stands at 2 apiece after South Africa won the first 2 matches before India dominated the next 2. So the next hill to climb, and next up for the South African outfit, is a trip to England, and that's for 3 ODIs and then 3 T20s, and that's coming in July. Then we turn to rugby, and of course the country still buzzing after a stellar URC final, and Stormers captain Stephen Kitsoff has commended his team's, quote, never say die attitude and the closeness of the group after their United Rugby Championship win over the Bulls on Saturday. Kitsoff became the first ever captain, in fact, to lift the URC trophy Rugby after his team just edged out the Bulls 18-13 in a thrilling final in Cape Town. And the Stormers had to show a lot of character after they were dominated in the opening quarter of the match. They were also down 3-7 at the break before they staged their fight back in that second half. Then on to Formula One, Red Bull's Max Verstappen. He celebrated his 150th Formula One race on Sunday with a victory in the Canadian Grand Prix. And that extended his World Championship lead over his teammate Sergio Perez to now 46 points. Perez's DNF means that Charles Leclerc, who finished 5th, has now closed the gap to the Mexican to 3 points. Verstappen took his 26th career win, just 0.9 of a second ahead of Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, with 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton completing the podium for Mercedes. So Sainz collected a bonus point as well for fastest lap on the day. Now we turn to two wheels and reigning world champion Fabio Quartararo. He extended his lead in the overall standings with a commanding performance despite feeling unwell to win the German MotoGP. So the Yamaha rider dominated in scorching temperatures at the Sachsenring, with fellow Frenchman Johan Zarco finishing second and then Australia's Jack Miller in third. Quartararo snatched the lead at the first corner away from Francesco Bagnaia, started in pole position and then never looked back, and later revealed, though, that he had suffered with illness all weekend in that process. In South Africa's Brad Binder, he came home in 7th, while brother Darren, he recorded a DNF as well. That's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. Junior Pakamala is going to be stepping into studio in just a moment to chat about a very exciting game of rugby coming up, and of course the exciting one that we witnessed over the weekend. So stay tuned for that, but right now let's bring you up to speed with the weather.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a peek at the weather, and I am the bearer of some bad news when it comes to those weather conditions, especially sort of north of the world. Now, monsoon storms in Bangladesh and India have claimed at least 59 lives and unleashed devastating floods, leaving millions stranded. Relentless downpours over the past week have inundated vast stretches of Bangladesh's northeast. Entire villages were inundated in a matter of hours by rivers bursting their banks. Experts say climate change is increasing the frequency, ferocity, and unpredictability of floods. Meanwhile, the firefighters in Spain and Germany are struggling to contain wildfires amid a heat wave in Western Europe. The worst damage in Spain has been in the northwest, where more than 25,000 hectares have been consumed by flames. Residents of 3 villages near Berlin were ordered to leave their homes yesterday because of a wildfire. Mercury rose above 40 degrees Celsius in many Spanish cities throughout last week. Experts have linked this abnormally hot period of fall for Europe, and that is indeed to climate change. Our hearts go out to everyone affected by this disaster, and we hope this brings to light why fighting climate change is so vitally important. On a more positive note, we move to those sunrise views captured by you, the incredible viewer, and starting off with you, Andrew from Belito. Good morning to you. So Andrew was watching the day beginning over this beautiful area. He captured the soft, huge shot of the day beginning, showing off a glow in the distance and definitely a picture of hope. Then Williams from De Doorns sent through this beautiful photo capturing the morning sky, looking like a painting filled with hues of soft pinks and yellows. We do love your pics, so keep on sending them through. You know the number, 06340888863 if you'd like to add one to the mix for one of our weather reports on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Let's take a peek at the temperatures to see how you start your day. Now, Polokwane, you're looking good, 9, rising to 20 degrees Celsius. No rain expected for you. Bombela, same for you, no rain, but 21 degrees Celsius and a low of 16. Pretoria, 7 to 21 today. Johannesburg, you can expect 5 as your low to a max of 19. Mahikeng, 8 to 22. Klerksdorp, 7, jumping to 23 degrees Celsius. Kimberley, 9, rising to 24 degrees Celsius. Bloemfontein, 5, up to 22. Richards Bay, 22 is your high from low of 14. Pietermaritzburg, 9, rising to 18 with a 85% chance of precipitation. Durban, you can also expect some rain in your area. 20 is your high from low of 15. Umtata, 7 to 16 today, a 61% chance of rain. East London, 14 to 19. Cradock, you can expect 4 this morning, but you rise to 14. You got some rain as well on the cards. Gqeberha, you've got 11 to 18. George, 10 to 17 today. Cape Town, rising to 19 from a low of 12. Worcester, 9 to 18 today. Sutherland, you can expect 6 as you wake up. 11 this afternoon. And then Uppington, definitely some rain for you if it's not raining already. 25 is the high from a low of 14. That's a wrap of your weather for now. Another update for you in 1 hour on your Feel Good Breakfast show as Graham's beautiful face looks at you and tells you what's coming up.
Just looking at you for a second. Now, I was thinking about the couples trading that's going to continue in just a moment and how grateful I am. I'm not in a relationship with this guy because look at the size of him. Look at how beautiful he is. Junior Pocomelos, yeah? He's going to be chatting about his URC victory and the Game of Champions. It's coming your way in just a moment. Don't stray too far.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Time to talk a little sports. And, of course, we are buzzing after the rugby we witnessed this weekend and the rugby coming up. So the Currie Cup has a long history of, I think, finding iconic players coming through the ranks for various competing teams. This is where the stars are born. And in 2021, a new and very exciting venture was born. It's called the Champions Match. How cool is this? It's allowing fans to vote for their champion team, comprising of players from all 7 Currie Cup Premier Division unions, to play in a exhibition match. It's like a fantasy team come to life. And this year, the chosen ones will be taking on Italy's emerging side on the 2nd of July. And joining us this morning to chat more about the match is Western Province loose forward and URC winner, Junior Pocomelos.
Thanks, man.
I wanted to applaud at the beginning. I mean, like, come on, I just want to cheer you, man. So, congratulations. Before we get into the odyssey that you guys have been through to get to this trophy, let's talk about this Champions Match, which is one of the coolest things for young players, especially, to get it, and for the fans to be able to pick our team. Why do you think this match is so important, and why does it get you excited?
It's very important, man, because at the end of the day, we're doing it for the fans. So it's all for them, you know. They get to choose their team. They get to pick their players. All they have to do is just buy like a draft, a beer, and just make it worthwhile, man. We're doing it for them. It's not about us. It's for them.
And I think we appreciate the fans much more now. I think that has been one of the biggest lessons, and you guys seem to play so much better when you've got the fans in the stadium, which I love. When we look at the Currie Cup, what have you made of the quality of the Currie Cup this season? Because we've seen some boys put their hands up.
It's been so competitive. Like, I mean, look at the final now. We have 2 underdogs, the Griquas and the Pumas. And obviously the big teams have struggled for a while now. But, I mean, I'm so happy for the 2 teams, man. It's been so competitive. I mean, the guys have been playing great rugby. You know, we played the Griquas here at the Stellenbosch Stadium. It was flipping amazing.
And hard.
Last minute try, man. I mean, they both deserve it, man. It's been so amazing to watch, actually.
Yeah, and as I say, this is where we discover players, because this is where they put to the test, and we love that. There is also the small matter of a URC final. I mean, reporting on this tournament early on, we were terrified because it looked like you guys were struggling with Northern Hemisphere rules, let alone the teams that you were playing. Now, you're playing composite teams of some of the best players in the world, and you put your hands up. What has it taken to get this team over the line, my friend?
So the big thing, what Dobbo normally says to us, actually, is to keep Cape Town smiling, man. You know, it's been tough. I won't lie to you, it's been very tough. The conditions, the new competition, losing in Joburg against the Lions in December, you know, getting actually pumped in Cape Town. It was so tough for us. But the main thing is just sticking together, man. You know, we fought so hard to get here, and we all didn't know it was going to get to this point, you know what I mean? I promise you, the main thing for us was to make playoffs, and that's it. So to have a South African final in the first year of URC has been so amazing, man. I can't even tell you how I feel right now.
Yeah, man, I'm like putting up my hand to all the English unions. Just leave our players alone for a little while. Let them stay in South Africa.
Yeah,
And I
all
have
of
a
them.
feeling there are going to be some massive prize purses kind of dangled above you guys, and that's good.
Yeah.
I love that. We want that for all rugby. Talk me through the day yesterday. You made us sweat, man, and that first half looked really challenging. What clicked? What happens during a match like that allows you? Is it an individual thing? Do you look around into your brother's eyes? Do you talk to yourself? How were you guys able to elevate yourselves as you did in that second half? What is that grit that you tap into?
So to be honest, I was very nervous at the start of the game because the Bulls went to Leinster last week and they actually beat the best team in the world. You know what I mean? So at halftime, I remember looking at Dobbo and looking at Darby, our attack coach. Like, they were so calm, man. Looking at the leaders like Steven Kitsoff, Marvin Ori, Frans Maleba, the guys that won the World Cup, they were very chilled. You know what I mean? So the main chat was, listen, guys, they played the rugby in the first 20 minutes and they done. You know? So we just need to go out there and just take the game. And at first, I was just like, listen, man, we're playing the Bulls here, you know, one of the biggest teams in South Africa, actually the biggest team in South Africa, you know. But the guys kept it cool, man. Like, I mean, a guy like Marnie, you know, Marvin, Damien Willems, Warrie Gelant, you know what I mean? Just to name a few. Listen, dude, the guys been doing it week and week. I'm just so glad that everyone pitched up for the final, you know what I mean? To do it for Cape Town, in Cape Town, you know what I mean? So amazing.
And to have the fans there made it so much better. We never want to say that, you know, the backs win matches. Okay, I know this, but that drop goal, man. Yeah. What goes through your mind when you see something like that play out, eh?
So I was on the ground, so I just carried the ball.
I was eating dirt.
I'm hearing the crowd, you know, scream. I'm just like, what has just happened now? So listen, it's all about those small moments, man. You know, those small moments, like a drop goal. Literally, I think we pushed the score to like 18, 10.
And it seemed to shift the momentum.
So now putting the Bulls under pressure, now they need to play from their half. So we're just trying to turn the pressure into them. So it was very amazing, man. Like, just to name a guy like Evan Roos, you know what I mean? A young kid, man. You know what I mean? I look up to him so much, and he's had an amazing season.
Oh, buddy, to the stars.
He won the Fans Player of the Year, so it's amazing.
I think he's won everything this season, and rightly so. We got Ryan sent us this voice note. I'm assuming from Cape Town, but he might be a Bulls supporter. But let's hear what Ryan had to say.
Good luck for the Stormers. The Stormers are the best team in South Africa. Steve Hofmeyer sang the song Die blauwe bulle eet van die vloer af, ja. Yes, Stormers, sorry bulle. Go sleep. Ciao.
He took it there, man. I think the diehard fans, this is something that they've been waiting for. Now we've got Evada dropped us this voice note. Let's hear.
Hello guys at Expresso team. Just want to say, up your Stormers, it was a wonderful match. It was well worth waiting. So finally we got the inaugural trophy. Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
It was nice and calm and measured. Well done. You guys have earned it, man. What have you got to say to your brothers on that team after that? But after this season, man, where we started to where you guys ended up with that trophy aloft, man, what do you want to say to those leaders and the teammates of yours?
Firstly, man, just to say thank you, man. You know, thank you to everyone, you know, who stuck it out. It was tough. It won't be easy, man. I mean, you don't just go all the way to the final. I think we'll play like 21 games in total. I just want to thank everyone, man. Thank the coaches and Cape Town and the fans, you know. Like, I mean, we did it for them. You know, as much as it's for us, we do it for them.
No, thank you. Thank you, my brother. You guys have given us something truly special, something to celebrate. And I think we know what rugby means and those victories mean to the people outside of the realm of sport. You've shown us what true character is, and that was an amazing performance, my friend. So enjoy resting for about 5 minutes before you start training again. No rest for the wicked, but well done. I'm going to say to both franchises, the Bulls played some amazing rugby, and they held the standard of South African rugby aloft, but the Stormers proved what true heart and metal is in that final. Congratulations to the Stormers players and all the fans out there who got to appreciate it live. We love you, but keep those voice notes coming of congratulations. Thank you.
Yes, let me just echo that again. Thank you, Junior, and the rest of your team. You guys made us smile, and so many other rugby fans out there. But it's time for us to get back into our workout. We had an incredible warm-up earlier, and as with any workout routine, it's obviously very important to incorporate both cardio as well as strength training into your couple workouts to ensure that you get a well-balanced routine that targets a variety of muscle groups and builds stamina at the same time. So we're going to do just that, and Ryan and Leda are standing by. They're still with us this morning, going to take us through some of the best workouts that you can do as a couple. And of course, you guys have taking us to that incredible warm-up, so I'm ready and excited. And you pretty much are like specialists when it comes to couple workouts, right? You've got all these crazy moves. I've seen what happens at the end of it all, and I'm really hoping that we can show Mzansi a little bit of inspiration of what they do. But before we get into that, it's time to work out, and you've got something cool that you prepared for us,
So I'm
right?
going to take you through 4 movements. First will be an inchworm, so face each other.
Okay.
It'll be an inchworm. You can bend or straight leg into it. So you walk down to a push-up position. You tap each other's hands. At the base, elongate, touch, walk it all the way back up. Come out again. So we'll do 3 or 4 reps. Usually you go again. Usually you can do this a minute to 90 seconds. It's nice and slow controlled. You're engaging abs and shoulders. Obviously, the warmer you get, the straighter the leg into your hamstrings.
And also,
this is engaging. If you're by yourself, you can do this by yourself as you can lean to extend to touch the couch. You don't have to have a partner.
But I like the partner effect because it's also like you're forcing me to get down and be at the high five. So I can't slack and like just chill out because you're waiting for me. So keeping each other accountable is so awesome in this. I love it.
The next one you're going to enjoy, wheelbarrow. All right. So you're going to both do this one.
Pick up the legs.
So wheelbarrow. When you squat now, make sure you're engaging your arms. When we're doing your arms and your back as well. So squats while lifting.
Shoulder shrug and a squat.
Squat, lift it. There we go. Now let it into shoulder taps. She's engaging abs and shoulders. You'll repeat again.
And you really need to engage in your abs.
So really,
Yeah, otherwise you're doing this.
Exactly. So if you're not engaging your abs now and you're dipping,
exactly what's going to happen. All right.
I'd rather you pike slightly than dip. If you're dipping, your abs aren't engaged.
I got you.
All right, let's
keep it constantly.
Let's switch. Now you can see. Leda will switch and show you that the female must do it as well, or the partner who's with you, whoever it is. Okay, there's progressions you can work from this, but again, you can hold your weight using your arms to adjust her if needs be. She'll engage down into your shoulder taps. There we go.
Yeah.
Into a shoulder tap again. Legs will go again.
I see what you meant about keeping the core tight. Otherwise,
if you
falling all over the show.
If that's flat, you're engaged to your abs.
Yeah.
All right, so give me one more rep. There we go. Legs, last one. Put them down.
Nice.
Okay. Now we're going to anchor yourselves.
Feeling good, yeah.
You're going to get onto Leda's feet.
All right.
All right. So you're going to anchor Leda. If you don't have a partner, again, feet under the couch works just as well. You will then go into a
plank.
There we go. Into a plank position.
So
right, Leda's going to crunch, and you're going to knee to opposite elbow.
Okay, like
and
this.
then the other one. Nice, slow control again. Leda will crunch.
Nailing the core. And obviously, my hands are acting as an anchor for her.
100%.
You're an anchor for legs because obviously she's engaging into abs. We want to isolate those abs, taking hip flexors away. As you can see, for us today, the main focus is your core, because around your core, everything is built.
Look at you just showing off here.
There we go. Now we'll switch it out. All right, so you get into your back, Leda will go into your feet.
All right, let me try that out.
There we go. Lovely. So last 3 or 4 reps, we'll change the last exercise.
And
okay, so now Leda's anchoring
you.
you.
You don't want to go onto your feet. Obviously, you can stay on your knees.
Oh, for a bridge version. Ah, nice.
Yes. So if your abs get tired, you can always go into a push-up. There's so many variations to that. You can come up. There we go. So you really can start engaging and playing around with it. The last one we're going to test is show you a little more ab activation, really engaging. Bum to bum, just next to each other, please.
I've been wondering all this time, how do you guys both look so good? This is it. This all makes sense now. Okay, I'm with you.
Finishes. So on your back for me, last one next to legs. You're now going to engage those legs either way. Leda will show you. You're going to pop it up.
Bring your hips
nice and close.
Nice and close.
Hip to hip.
Just make sure your bum isn't right next to each other, otherwise you end up hitting each other a little bit too much.
All right. You're going to rotate across. Then lift your legs up. You're going to rotate either way. There we go.
Okay, I got you.
You're pivoting through your abs. You're rotating through. Your arms can stabilize you. Really and truly, there's a lot of variations you can play on. But again, it's all ab activation.
And there's no cheating this one as well, because in order for me to get to the other side,
do you see how we're starting to move closer to each other as well? So you've really got to start lifting up that stomach at the end.
Is the pain in my stomach normal?
Yeah, normal. When you're going to build your house, you start with the foundation.
Yeah.
The foundation is here. All right. So that would be the body of the workout, and you can see a lot of it on your abs. You can grow on that from there.
I mean, honestly, it's quite crazy.
Help your partner
Help your partner up. There we go.
Thank you. What? Thank you. You don't even need to use any piece of equipment whatsoever. That's what I love about this. But literally, I feel like I've done a workout. We haven't even done like a full set yet, and I'm sweating.
Exactly.
I'm feeling hot. How many reps in total for each of those workouts?
You know, for me, we always start for time because I don't know where the person home is. So aim for 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and you're going to switch it out. And as you get stronger in that time frame, you try and get more reps in. And that's when you grow.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much. Of course, we've got one more session coming at you, Mzansi. So you can finish off this workout, you can complete your sets, and they'll be coming back at you and showing you how to recalibrate, how to obviously unwind and obviously warm down at the same time. And that's obviously from these professionals over here. Look at these couple. How cute is this? We'll see you guys for our last round. We're going to warm you down, but you can carry on with these workouts. We'll see you in just a bit. I love that.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, brace yourself. It's time for our positivity segment brought to you by 5 Roses. And I love this initiative. Today's feel-good story will undoubtedly touch your hearts and hopefully inspire you to go out and do more within your own community. And there is nothing like the perfect cup of 5 Roses tea to pair with the perfect conversation, especially when it's about making young people's dreams come true. And doing that every day are the directors of the Big 5 Community Development, Nhlanhla Ndela and Njabulo Mqadi. Gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good morning to the positivity team. Together with 5 Roses, we checked the 5 Roses. They're there on the table. We thank you for having us.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. In fact, it is our privilege because you're doing something really so special where, in my mind, it matters most in the context of South Africa. So why do you guys feel it is so important? Why have you chosen to put your muscle in an area where you're making a contribution for the future of young people? Why focus on the youth first off?
With the love and passion that we have for motorsports, we decided to launch motorsports in rural areas to the youth there. Because of lack of transformation and developmental programs that are not inclusive, accommodative, and accessible. We also draw inspiration from Sir Lewis Hamilton, who is advocating for diversity and equality in motorsport.
Why do you think motorsport is the perfect vehicle, excuse the pun, for youth development? Why are you so passionate about motorsport as the vehicle to do this?
I basically think the most important thing is that motorsport is not new to our culture, especially rural areas, especially because all these kids have been playing motorsports indirectly by, it's what you call dinghy. That's they used to play. It was used with wood and you used to steer with a stick. So it's not a new thing. So we thought, why not? Since it is actually doing, it's causing a big impact, especially with the forms of Louis Hamilton pushing it forward, especially coming to South Africa. So we thought of using like a building from the ground up approach, whereby we scouted and we identified, and then we obviously bring in these kids and we train and develop these kids to obviously become potential race drivers. Obviously using a go-kart 101 course pack, where we went on to research all information as to how they train them, because we feel it would cause a big impact for them. They're doing something different. All the sporting factors that they get from motorsport, they can use then to go out to the world. It could assist them even in school. So it's definitely a no-brainer that it could obviously work in our society, and they need it. And the accessibility, what we were talking about, the accessibility, it's not an easy sport to go into, but they deserve it. They need to be exposed to such a sport, and they are good. It's like finding a diamond in the rough and shaping it to become the best, because they are talented. It's just that they're not exposed.
They just need that opportunity. Now, guys, in our sporting news, I was reporting on the fact that Formula One looks set to return to South Africa. I mean, maybe it's written in the stars, gents. Maybe your timing is perfect, because I'm starting to feel like this is as much about building the character of these young people and giving them life skills beyond just driving. But obviously there is an opportunity to find, as you said, that diamond in the rough and fast-track them to possibly a career in motorsport. So what are you covering in terms of the motorsports that you deal with?
Currently, we are offering go-karts. We started off with 5 4-stroke engine go-karts. Then, realizing the interest that these young boys and girls had in motorsports, we decided to further invest in 25 more of these karts. But our plan is to move high up to 2 strokes to create a platform for them that is whereby they can compete in series like your Rotex and your Rock Cup SA, for an example.
By the way, those go-karts were self-funded, because it was coming from the heart, basically. We saw an opportunity that we knew that these kids would flourish in.
100%, and I think you've put your voice out there and it's been amplified. So what advice do you have for anybody who has a similar passion to you guys? And I can see the passion and that desire to go about bringing awareness to causes near to their heart and ultimately activate these causes, create action. What has been the key to your success, and what advice do you have?
We believe that a passion, awareness, it starts with a vision that triggers actions that should go with commitment, dedication, sacrifice, and really aligning yourself with institutions that speak to your vision as well.
Any way we can help you, what do you need? Bar kind of McLaren or Ferrari or Red Bull jumping on board and seeing this as the ideal way to identify young talent. What do you need from the South African public to support your efforts?
You've just mentioned all our needs, and I like them. Like, we want all of them, as mentioned. We want the sponsors, or actually all Ferrari and whatnot, to come and see what we can do, what we would do, to make the sports vast, obviously creating more competition. Hence, we are saying, let us make the sport bigger in South Africa.
You have been my positivity this morning. Gents, thank you so much, and keep fighting the good fight. You are so impressive, and we are so appreciative on behalf of those kids for what you're doing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you as well, team. We are humbled and honored by this platform.
Thank you.
Just when that first driver makes it into F1, please, we want the exclusive. That's all I'm asking. Thank you so much to the boys, and thank you to all of you who are joining these positive conversations, sharing some positivity, and it's the best way to kickstart the week for me. And we're going to add a little more positivity to that as you stand the chance of winning one of 3 5 Roses hampers valued at 300 Rand. All you got to do is reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page and tell us how you spread positivity to those around you and in your community. It can be something small, it can be something big like the gents we've just introduced. Don't forget to include that hashtag 5 Roses Positivity, and the competition closes on the 27th of June. But you can find, as always, all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Because nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Oh yes, Mzansi, it's time to finish off this magic session that we've had with 2 incredible souls. And we're talking about partner workouts, and having someone there with you while you work out can speed up your progress too, as well as allowing you to share the ups and downs in your journey. It keeps you all accountable, and also on top of it all, it's what makes the difference in your emotional and mental space. I mean, just imagine the quality time you're spending together while doing something proactive. Now, Ryan and Lita are here with us one last time this morning as they take us through some of the best workouts you can do as a couple and at the same time being able to take us through an incredible journey. We've gone from warming up into working out, and I thought, look, you guys are the specialists. Let's show off and inspire Mzansi and really showcase what you can get to in terms of the level of core ability and balance when you really are in sync with your partner. I know you guys have some incredible moves. Is there anything you can maybe, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but is there anything you can maybe do just to inspire Mzansi? Show them what is really possible when you kind of are aligned with your partner.
All right, Leda can talk you through this move.
Okay.
Okay, so this is actually quite an advanced move, so be careful if you try this at home. First part, base is going to be putting his shoulders firmly into the ground. So he's going to extend his arms up and he's going to lock those elbows out, driving his shoulders straight into the ground. I want to put my shoulder, so that little cup, right into his hands, and do not choke your partner out. Show those thumbs up to the front.
So Ryan, you're pretty much the foundation right now.
Yeah, I'm the rock, yeah.
Okay, of the relationship.
I'm her rock, so I'm
but you've got to allow it to express itself, of course.
So now for me, it's a lot of core exercise happening here. So I'm going to walk myself up onto his knees, and from here, I'm going to drive my hands into his forearms, and I'm going to lift into a straddle. So he's got me over here. From there, you can start playing with your legs and pushing through.
Okay. I promise you there is gravity in the room right now. Don't be fooled. There's nothing suspending them either, but that is incredible, guys, honestly. And you make it look so easy, but it's not that easy, right? Your core is engaged. There's a lot of tension on Ryan. You've got to create that balance. I love that. Zanzi, that is what it's about, and that's the potential of what you can do when you are working out as a partner, when you both are keeping each other accountable, and maybe just do some of these workouts right now. So, of course, link up with these two. They're also based in Cape Town. It's Ryder and Saren Polway Fitness, and it's incredible work that they're doing just to showcase exactly what is possible. But we've had an incredible day. If you've been joining us this morning, of course, we've warmed up, we've worked out, and now it's time to take it into the final phase. So what are we doing now?
Because we've done a lot of arms and a lot of abs, we're going to stretch all of that out.
Nice.
So we're just going to do your basic stretches. So grabbing your one hand at the elbow and driving that arm all the way across your chest. Focus on that shoulder. Make sure that you're driving it down. There we go. And then try and push that elbow towards your shoulder.
Okay.
Hold it there for about 10 seconds. Really focus on your muscles. If you're not feeling anything, you're not stretching anything. So make sure that you're feeling it.
And why is something like this so important after a workout? Exactly?
Form. If you have been working your muscles, they're going to be all contracted. So you've got to try and lengthen out that muscle again and make sure that it's relaxed so that you can carry on with your day.
Perfect.
Otherwise, tomorrow you're going to know all about it.
DOMS.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You strain a muscle.
I like that. And this is, again, obviously providing longevity so we can obviously continue to work out more often in the week, I'd imagine, right?
When you're doing this one, traditionally, most people start doing this. Make sure that you...
I literally just did that. I was like, okay.
Make sure that you're lifting your chin up so that you're really getting that tricep stretch going.
Minor adjustment, major difference in that one,
This is what I see all the time. I see guys at the gym going, what are we doing? Part of the body are we stretching here? Okay, so there's small little things like head adjustment that's going to change that stretch completely. So make sure...
That's a massive difference.
There we go, exactly. All right, so next one, you're going to go down onto the ground and we're just going to stretch out those abs. So depending on how your range of movement is, you lie straight down onto the ground. If you cannot lift up to this point, because you do not have the range, you go onto your elbows and push.
It's called a cobra.
There we go.
Ah, cool. So just stretching out that
stretching the whole front part of your body.
Opening up those abs.
That entire anterior chain and the core that we work so hard in this workout.
Exactly.
Let me try the elbows first. Level 1.
So there's two variations always for range.
And then go from your hands here so that you've got level 2. There we go. Try and extend.
Level 2. Oh, the abs are live right now. There we go. Just reminded of the workout we just did. I love it.
And then if you really want to go for the next one, then you'll push it a little bit closer. But always focus on keeping your hips on the ground. As soon as you've released those hips,
then we're losing our mobility and our range.
Yeah.
Each stretch has a purpose to it.
Good. And if you really want to go a little crazy, you bend that knee.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
That's
about to turn into a picture right now.
That's inchworms got into those hamstrings.
Oh, guys, seriously, I'm having so much fun. I've been educated at the same time, but also inspired. And really, it's not just about working out, but I think the quality time that you can spend together with your partner in this environment gets you to a point like this where you've just got pure love expressing itself. So, guys, thank you so much. Of course, Mzansi, you reminded to carry on with this inspiration right now. You want to get to this level, you can reach them both online or find them in Cape Town at their studio. They're doing some incredible work, empowering, educating, and inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Have a beautiful day. And Mzansi, I hope you enjoyed that one.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso and you are live on S3. Now joining us on the couch is one of South Africa's most exciting young performing artists, recognized both locally and internationally. His name is Keanu Harker. He is my favorite Keanu, by the way. Known for his love of motivational, uplifting music, the 26-year-old performer who writes all of his own music is once again going through the inspirational route with his new single called No More. But you will not say no more when you listen to it. You'd want to play it again. Here's what I mean. How funky is that? All right, so presenting to you this lovely gentleman over here, Keanu Harker. My man, come on.
What's up?
When you watch yourself on TV like that, do you get like a bit like of a cringe vibe, or do you say, I'm proud?
Both. It's a bit of both. I'm proud because I'm actually doing it, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, is that what I look like?
No, you look lekker, man.
Oh, but thanks you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, but you are, actually, I've realized you're my favorite Keanu. Like, you have to, I have to say it, like, really, well done.
Thank you.
Since the last time you've been on your Feel Good Breakfast show, you've done a couple of things. There's a debut album that you dropped last year, and I'm sure you're super proud of that. Let's reflect for a second, do a quick Throwback Monday. How was that experience doing a debut album, putting out a body of work like that?
It was really daunting, I'm not going to lie, because a lot of people who know me would know that I am, you know, I'm a cover artist at times.
Yes.
And I was always doing, like, you know, all the cover songs at different events, and I felt like I'm going to put something out, my original work.
Yes.
And to do a whole album with original, I was like, I don't know if people's going to enjoy this, if they're going to like it, but the feedback has been so amazing. People are like, dude, we need more of this. That's not why I wrote No More, but, you know...
I feel like you did. Don't lie to me, please. You wrote No More for that reason. It makes sense. It really does. Okay, so your body of work is out there, but now you have to move forward. You have to, like, think about something else. But I want to focus on the fact that there's a certain motivational undertone to your music, and it's always there. Why is it?
I just think there's so many people that I've looked up to and I'm inspired by.
Yes.
You know, and I know what it feels like to be inspired. And I one day want to be able to be that person. And people can say, you know what, Keanu inspired me to do it. And that's why I write the music that I do, you know. So it's always about belief, it's about peace, unity, all these wonderful things that the world needs more of. And I felt like I can't change the world, but I can write a song about it. And that's why. I just want to inspire and motivate and, you know.
And you do that. I'm inspired now. Like, I am. I'm super inspired. In fact, No More is the new single.
Yes, sir.
You worked with one of the members of Pascal and Pierce, Dave Pierce, who put his grubby paws all over it. I love that man. So tell me about the process of No More and producing it with such a talent like Dave Pierce. How was that?
It was really amazing, actually. I went in with a skeleton of the song.
Yes.
But because I knew I was working with Dave, I was like, I'm not going to just say this is the full song. I want to get his input and his ideas, which really brought the song. It gave it a whole different sound. Because a lot of my music is there's live instrumentation to it. And Dave was like, you know what, let's add some of these, you know, electro elements and dance elements, and the song is just amazing. So, I mean, I'm honored to have him on the song because his name definitely carries that weight, and
so does yours, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, we're getting into that phase and process of doing things. I think that's why I named my album "I Believe in Me."
Yes,
just because it adds on to that.
It's a type of album that makes you want to quit your job and do music full time. Keanu will tell you all about how that happened for him a little bit later in our after show interview. Just go follow him on social media. But I know for a fact that there's an album coming up at the end of the year. No More is a part of the project. Any other scoops you want to drop us before we get you on stage?
There's a lot. I'm not going to say when and where, but please do stay tuned to all the social media platforms. There's a lot of public holidays coming up, you know, so I'm always like throwing in, you know, Youth Day.
Yes. No More dropped on Youth Day. So look forward to Nelson Mandela Day
Yes,
for a new
Heritage
single,
Day.
and then Women's Day, another single, and then Christmas, which is great. So look forward to more from Keanu Hawk on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. He will be performing for you, and that hit single, No More, that just dropped, will also be performed just for you as an exclusive. This is Expresso on S3. If you love him so much, send him messages on 063-408-8863, because I do, my favorite Keanu.
Our favorite Keanu indeed, but also something else that's a favorite around here is a frikadelle. We love a good frikadelle. But what about that do we love? You're going to find out. But what we do love even more is a clever way to serve them up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And if you feel the same, you need to check out these two versions we're going to be making this morning. One certainly does delight you with a snazzy s'more and savory rice, and the other surprises you even further with a frozen mash hack, which you're going to learn this morning. And here to make us this delightful experience come to life is our one and only Chef Clem Pedro.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm so excited.
I'm more excited. And I can't even hide it.
Okay.
I know. I'm gonna love it.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So last week, Carl and I made potato churros using the Willie's frozen mashed potatoes. And people were like, what?
Exactly.
So today, we're going to use the mashed potatoes again. So simple, Tabi. So it's not even a step. We just prepped it according to the package instructions on the mashed potatoes.
Which is good to know that they've already set out the instructions on the pack.
Absolutely. So there's real butter in there. This is mashed potatoes that's like so fine, so fluffy, so delicious. And then the butter's already in there. It is so decadent. I cannot get enough of it. I feel like if it's winter, you need this in your freezer.
It's a winter essential.
It's a winter essential.
You do have to have in your freezer. You can't go without.
Right, so everybody's warning me about you and piping, and I don't know why. What's up with that?
I tried to pre-warn you, but you wouldn't hear me. And I was like, Clem, before we go anywhere, it's done. But the piping, will you take care of the piping? Will you take care of the piping? I struggle with piping. So the last time I tried anything with piping here, it all ended up on my apron. So because I pressed the thing, and I just don't know what went wrong. I pressed the piping thing, plastic bag,
and then something happened.
Went
okay, so South Africa, would you like to see Tabiso try again?
I would really I would like to see myself try again.
Okay, do you guys want to see Tabiso try this and see what happens this time?
Okay, the studio is all very
the studio wants you to do it. If the people say, I can't do anything, it's not about me.
Only if you're going to give us a tutorial.
Okay, cool. So, in front of you, okay, here we go. First things first is filling your piping bag. Like I said, we've prepped the mash for you already.
Which we didn't need to do much right?
So the first thing is how you're going to actually hold your piping bag to get that mash in there.
Okay, cool.
So what we've done is this is your normal piping bag. It's, okay?
Yeah.
What you want to do is you want to fold it over your hand.
You want to get your hand in there, okay?
So we fold it over.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So now, you don't need to use a beaker or anything to hold it. You can just use your one hand.
All right.
So you've created the perfect little shape for it. You're going to get your mashed potatoes.
So we do that now.
You're doing the right thing. Here you go. You've got to put this over your hand.
Cool.
And you're going to...
Like this, eh?
Like that.
No. What's this?
Yes, that's it. That's it. You're doing the thing.
Cool. Yeah.
Do you feel secure?
Cool.
Do you feel secure? Do you feel strong?
Yeah, perfect.
Start adding your mash, but don't squeeze anything here. Just get the mash in and don't overfill it as well. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to start working on the tomato element of the dish. We're going to do a cottage pie, and you got the filling, the topping. That's for the cottage pie.
Okay.
So
cottage pie. Okay.
It's the best. It's the best. So what I did was we actually made the meatball, the frikadelles ourselves. It's got the things like bread, the spices in there, the mince, all of it. And then we actually just popped it into the oven.
Okay.
But you can do it in the air fryer. You can do it in the pan. You can cook it more.
Some garlic going in there with some oil, which is already tells me that we're off to a really good start.
A really good start.
Yeah.
But I still am all about the little hacks in the kitchen.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to use the Woolies tomato and basil sauce instead of making my own, you know, it's good.
Come on.
It's good. We know it's amazing. Get that in there.
Yeah.
And this is purely just to intensify the garlic flavor. Okay? So
you can already get all of those flavors coming through. The aromas.
The aromas.
The aromas are pulling in.
Salt and pepper and a little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar just to counteract that sweet, that acidity of the tomatoes.
Nice.
Okay, mix this in. Then, while it's still hot, it doesn't matter. This is good. I mean, again, you can just use the sauce itself. I just wanted some extra garlic in there.
Okay, great.
Get your dish. For a little base, we're going to do tomato sauce at the bottom.
I love the speed and the pace with which you are going and approaching this recipe. It tells me that it's one of those recipes you really could put together in a really quick and short amount of time.
Record time.
Beautiful. I love that. Because for me, it's all about convenience and time saving when you're in the kitchen.
And it's also cold. Like, don't be standing in the kitchen at like 3
you don't
degrees.
Want that. You don't
get
want
in,
that.
Get out. Okay, fricadelles go on top. Now, Tabiso, what I need you to do is hold the top of your piping bag.
Here we go. Well, listen, before we get into that, please do go on to woolworths.co.za and really be a part of the difference. Get the recipe, get your hands on the recipe and the inspiration. There are so many other ingredients and recipes to find inspiration from when it comes to that. I'm trying to stall here.
No. We're doing this. Okay, so now, shake this like this. Okay, there we go. Next, okay, I'm gonna do for you so next time you know.
Yes, please.
Don't block the air, okay? Hold it right there.
We want to make sure there is no air in there.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're gonna just twist from there.
All right.
What that does is that seals off your back end, so no mash is gonna come out the back.
Okay.
And then gently, okay, I'm a lefty.
Yeah, you do it.
No, this is you.
No, please. No, you do it. Okay, we don't have much time. You do it.
My goodness. Okay, and just gently,
just
go.
Oh, okay. Okay, look at that. Look at Clem go.
Okay, so we will help you overcome this fear. You will do it the next time.
Yes,
it's that simple.
I will. For real, I will do it the next time.
Got a little gap
you'll cover all of that up and get it in the oven for how long?
Everything's cooked, so you just want to get it nice and bubbly. So it's about 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Once it starts bubbling, looking like that, you're done. So you've got your two versions. One with the squidgy and the colourful rice. The other one, the cottage pie. It's so good. What are you going for?
Wow.
What are you going for?
I'm going for this.
Okay, you can have that whole plate then.
I want to try the meatball and all of that, but please do go on to woolworths.co.za. Oh, my word.
And I also like how I thought you were going to take a small bite. No, the whole ball. Is it good? Is it good? Give me an expression of how good it is just with your eyes. Wow. Love it. Love it. Is this not how you take on a Monday dinner? In like half an hour or less? Yes, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Your timing is perfect as we're back in studio with the exceptionally energetic, enthusiastic, and multi-talented performing artist Keanu Harker. And he's here to perform music from his debut album. I've watched this kid, just a kid with a guitar, trying to make his way in the world. And the title of the song, I think, started out as possibly a request. Now it's an affirmation. I believe in me. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's Keanu Harker. Let's go.
see things, living out my dreams freely. Never in my wildest dreams ever thought that this would be me. It happened so quickly. So many people knew I would, other people never thought I could. But that didn't stop my dreams, cause I still believe in me. Yes, I do, Hey. So I look around and all I see is love. Love. And now I know I can truly do what I love. Cause I believe in me. I can be what I want to be. Ain't nobody's telling me that I cannot reach my dreams. I believe in me, yeah. I can be what I wanna be. Ain't nobody's telling me that I cannot. See, I've always been afraid, so very afraid of what the people might say about me. But I'd always shy away. But today's the day I make a change. I knew that I had it in me to live out and follow my dreams. And now I know I can, cause I still believe in me. Yeah, I do. Yes. So today, I look around and all I see is love. Love. Yeah. And now I know I can truly do what I love. See, yeah, my future is mine, mine. And even though I got too many haters in my life, I know that I'll be fine. Yeah. Hey, cause I believe in me. I can be what I wanna be. Ain't nobody's telling me, yeah, that I cannot reach my dreams. I believe in me. I can be what I want to be. Ain't nobody's telling me.
Yes! Oh, man, and we believe in you.
Thank you, man.
Ah, buddy, I'm so proud of you, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how far this kid has come and where he is going. It's amazing. That is available for download right now, I would imagine, along with all of his new music and a couple of classics. Go and check him out online. Go and show him some love on social media. And, of course, don't move a muscle because he's got another 2 performances coming just for you. But let's get back into those news headlines first.
Very impressive indeed. Cannot wait for those performances, of course, though it is just about to go on the hour. And that means it's time to take our final look at the headlines this morning. And starting on news headlines, in national front, South Africa has hailed a World Trade Organization, or the WTO agreement, to allow developing countries to start producing their own COVID vaccines following a near 2-year battle. Now, Minister of Trade Ibrahim Patel, along with India and NGOs, had been calling for some time for an intellectual property rights waiver on COVID-related treatments. Now, both SA and India had been vocal in their demands for such a move, and the WTO says they are glaring examples of inequity, with only 17% jabbed in Libya, 8% in Nigeria, and less than 5% in Cameroon. Now, sticking to our national headlines and moving over to the Judicial Service Commission, which will today conduct an interview with the President of Court of Appeal, Mandisa Maya, for the post of Deputy Justice, Chief Justice of the Constitutional Court. Now, the post has been vacant since Judge Raymond Zondo was appointed Chief Justice, and Maya is the first black woman to hold such a senior position in the judiciary. Now, she is being praised for turning the Court of Appeal into one of the most efficient courts in the country. Well, now moving from national headlines, we move over to international news now. And Nigeria's state-owned oil company says it lost some $4 billion to oil theft last year. Now, last month, theft caused the country's average crude oil production to fall just about 1 million barrels per day from an output of 1.2 million barrels per day recorded in April. Now, this casts doubt on the hopes that Nigerian oil producers could benefit from the global supply chain disruptions sparked by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, this decline puts the country's oil revenue at risk, and it accounts for more than 50% of its income. Well, sticking to our international news headlines and moving over to news reporting from Ukraine, where Ukraine's parliament has voted in favor of banning certain Russian music in media and public spaces. Now, the ban will apply to musicians who have or had Russian citizenship at any time after 1991, this being the year that Ukraine declared independence. Now, artists who have condemned Russia's war in Ukraine can apply for an exemption from the ban. Ukraine says, however, that the ban will minimize the risks of possible hostile propaganda through music in the country. Now, the bill also prohibits the import of books from Russia as well as Belarus. I'm moving over to a more interesting note when it comes to the importance of fatherhood and the theme of our show this morning, and that being fatherhood itself. Now, it's a perfect example coming through from 34-year-old Rayyan Suleiman, son of the famous and revered Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman. Now, Rayyan says he learned from his father to remain humble in the quest of helping others, and his father is the director of the Gift of the Givers and has been universally lauded for his humanitarian work locally as well as abroad. Now, last year he was named Social Justice Champion of the Year 2021 for the role his organization played during the worldwide lockdown. Now, Rayyan, Gift of the Givers Director of Operations, says one of the greatest lessons his fathers taught him is gratitude. Now, based in Pietermaritzburg, Rayyan has been involved with Gift of the Givers since childhood and actively became involved in management some 5 years ago. Now, when asked if he would eventually take over from his dad, Rayyan said the following, and quoted, "Presently, the focus is on building the organization so that it continues long after my dad or myself. Succession will then fall into place, and it's not hereditary, but it must be earned," unquote. Well, on that inspiring note, I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines. Here's Carl standing by to take one last gander at all things when it comes to the weather.
And gander we shall. The SA Weather Service has warned of cold and wet weather in the central interior and parts of the Cape provinces from today. It said a cut-off low-pressure system was expected to move over the northern Cape tomorrow. Showers and thunder showers could be expected over parts of the Cape provinces from tomorrow onwards, with associated cold daytime temperatures and windy conditions spreading to parts of the Free State and Northwest. The Weather Service said the onset of the rainfall is expected over the northern Cape today, spreading to the Free State and Northwest with strong gusting winds. Rainfall of some 20 to 35 millimeters is expected over parts of the Northern Cape, Free State and Northwest. It added that snowfalls are likely to be confined to the Drakensberg and Lesotho. That'll be on Wednesday, spreading to the high-lying areas of the Western and Eastern Cape, and that'll be on Thursday. So a chilly week ahead for you, but of course, stay warm with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, from weather news to sunrise views, we love starting the morning showing off your sunrise images. Elvira, you were first from Pietermaritzburg, kicking off our week. This cloud-filled sky being illuminated with hues of purple and orange was a treat a little earlier. Then Sagri Naidu from Randot woke up extra early to capture an incredible shot of the sun rising in the distance while the light creeps through the trees. Andrew from Belito saw this one, watching the day begin over his areas. He captured the soft, huge shot of the day beginning, showing off a glow in the distance. And then last but not least, Williams from the Doorns, sending this one through, a beautiful photo capturing the morning morning sky looking like a painting filled with hues of soft pinks and yellows. You should sell that as an NFT. It's beautiful. Now, look here, if you want to actually add a sunrise picture to the mix and you want to be part of the show, 063-408-8863. That's our number. Send it through. Tell us where you're from, and you can be featured in our weather reports here on Expresso as we take a peek at the temperatures you can expect today. Polokwane, you're up first. 9 is your minimum. You jump to a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. Bombela, 16 up to 21. Pretoria, you can expect 7 degrees Celsius as you wake up this morning, 21 this afternoon. Johannesburg, 5 to a nice cool 19 degrees. Mahikeng, 8 this morning up to 22. Klerksdorp, a little warmer, 23 is your maximum from a minimum of 7. Kimberley, 9 jumping to 24 degrees Celsius, and Bloemfontein, 5, and you rise to 22. Now, Richards Bay, some rain expected, around a 25% chance, 14 to 22 the temperatures. Pietermaritzburg, you've got 9 on the cards this AM, and of course in the afternoon, 18. Rain expected, about an 85% chance. Durban, rain for you too, 15 rising to 20. Umtata, 7 degrees Celsius to a high of 16. East London, 14 to 19. Cradock, 4 to 14 today with a 62% chance of rain. Gqeberha, you've got 11 on the cards this morning. 18 is where you go to a little later. George, 10 to 17. Cape Town today, 12 to 19 degrees Celsius. Worcester, 9 to 18. Sutherland, 6 rising to 11. And Uppington, wrapping up with you as always, a 90% chance of rain. It's probably raining already. 14 up to a high of 25 degrees Celsius. That's it for your weather and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do remember 063-408-8863 if you want to send a sunrise view. We'd love to feature you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, please. Get those images through to us, 063-408-8863. We want to see your sunrise views. But still coming up in the third and final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we're chatting fatherhood, the importance of fatherhood. The conversation continues to go. I love it.
And we've got some amazing fathers. Afro Daddy has just stepped in. I saw the Afro before I saw the Daddy. And then Matt Gare is going to be joining us as well, just to make us feel all useless and mundane as dads, because he's written the most beautiful song for his beautiful 3-year-old boy, Jude. We'll give you the background to that in just a moment.
You'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing, that you'll be brave and joyful and kind, and that one day when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back as we continue to celebrate our fathers and our amazing father figures out there. We've spent our morning chatting to some awesome modern-day dads, some fathers who are getting it right, and we're going to catch up with another awesome dad, Matt Gare, who has written, I think, more than 300 library tracks for films and TV shows around the world. He's a music composer, obviously, and more of a behind-the-scenes kind of a guy, or at least he used to be, but now he has taken that next step in his career and he's put it out there. He's finally put out a track that he wrote and produced for his gorgeous little boy, 3-year-old Jude, who has been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So let's take a little listen before we meet the dad.
Look, I've got it on the video there. So I can see myself. I can see Jude. When you're high, I will hold your toes. When you're low, I got that sugar for your soul. When you're high, I will hold your toes. When you're low, I got that sugar for your soul. And we will dance around you all night, every night. Oh, oh, oh. And we will dance around you all night, every night. You'll never know. Oh, oh. Careful with mommy's computer. Don't jump on mommy's computer. Well done.
Oh, that is my life.
I'm just saying, the entire framing of that thing. Number one, you got some kid that moved the framing out of the way. Then you've got your clothes horse in the background because the winter rains are stopping you from drying the clothes. And you know that us dads, we only have one good T-shirt, one good jeans, and we have to wash it often. That was perfect and authentic. That is our life.
Dad, you are the dad. You've just proven your dad credentials. Max, welcome, my brother.
Thanks so much, guys.
I'm so glad the jeans dried in time.
Yeah, it's so nice that my pajamas are now on national TV. It's a good day.
It's beautiful, man. And we can joke about this. And I'm guessing that this has been a part of your process to deal with something that is quite difficult. When Jude was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which is a lot to take in. I think it's a spectrum when we look at diabetes, and that's sitting on quite a heavy, intense side of that. What was that process like of coming to terms with it, and how does your life look now?
You know, I didn't know much about diabetes. It's not in our family. It was a complete, sort of left turn. It was like being hit by a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Like one day, we can do what we want. We can go out at any point. We don't have to prepare a whole bunch of stuff, And the next day, we are doing between 5, 6, 7 injections every single day. Before meals, we're tracking carbs. We are checking his glucose every half an hour to an hour during the day, every 2 hours at night. It's a complete shift to what life was, and it's a hard shift.
How was Jude through that?
Yeah, he's a superstar. It was hard at the beginning, but he's taken to it. People said to us, it's so great, there's a community around diabetes that is so strong and so welcoming and just sort of pours their love into you and helps you and supports you, and we've really felt that. Because at first, you just don't know how this is going to continue.
Yes.
And we really, my wife and I's goal was, this little boy has to have a normal childhood. We have to shoulder this for him until he's old enough to shoulder it. So, we don't want him counting carbs. We don't want him checking his blood sugar. We're going to do that. And sure, he can do it in the peripheral, but we don't want it to be the burden that it's going to be for his life, And we had people come and say, look, the injections, that was the hardest part, He didn't like that for 6 months, and it was just you have to do it, so you got to hold them down, and then,
Oh, for a father, there's no worse feeling in the world.
It was awful. But, day by day, every day, it gets better, and people told us, look, it's going to become like brushing your teeth. It's just something you have to do, and we were like, no, no, it's not. This is hell that we're in now. But I promise you, 6 months in, he started to relax. We started to relax. It became normal. We figured out a way of doing it. And it's like brushing teeth now.
And kids are awesome, man. Kids are powerful, strong, awesome,
so much
intelligent little things. Yeah, completely.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to you obviously have to tell the entire household that you got it under control. Under control. You have your kids there, of course. You got your wife there. How is it balancing all of that? I mean, you're the type of modern day dad that's got a very unique type of scenario at home. So you still have to frame what a dad means in your household. And I want to tap into that for a second.
Sure.
What does that mean to you? How have you navigated that space?
It's a tricky question. From the get-go, Danny and I, my wife and I, we were very much we parent together. It's 50-50. So, you know, when the kids, when they're young, they wake up at 4 in the morning. We would do one morning. So one person always has a bit of time off. So we do that now with diabetes. One person will do injections. One person will do food.
Yeah.
You know, the major thing is how much we have to communicate. And everyone always says, you know, being in a relationship is about communication.
Yes.
Being in a relationship with a kid who has diabetes, we have to know exactly where he is all the time. Yeah, because you can't control it. You can only manage it.
Yeah.
Every day it's something new, that you might do the same insulin injection for the same food and get an entirely different result. So if you're not on top of it and you're not chatting, we're so lucky we have a sensor that links to our phones. So if he's with my mum, anytime he's scanned, we see his blood sugar. My wife sees it, I see it.
Yeah.
We can then communicate on the group. His teacher has the scanner, and then when she scans it, we can see it, so we can always advise if she needs help.
Yeah.
And it's really about like just making sure we're all on the same page always and working together as a team, you know.
And this might have forced you through a gateway that I think a lot of families don't achieve, a lot of partners and partnerships don't achieve because they haven't been forced to do it. So we don't let that take that next level. You have a level, though, above the rest of us because you are musically gifted and you had the opportunity to express this love for your child or yourself with the worst production video we've ever seen. I think that might actually be the worst video ever produced for social media.
Can I add a caveat to that video? That was the first time I ever came up with those words for the song.
Really?
So because I write music for TV, whenever I have an idea and I play my guitar for my kids, you know, his sugars were quite high then, so I was doing this energetic tune and I wanted him to dance about...
Burn.
Yeah, but I'll forget the melody and I'll forget the words and I'll forget the tune in 10 minutes. So I have to record it. And that's what that is. That's my caveat.
You took us inside your creative brain. Is this something you're going to keep doing? Because it's not just bringing kind of that cathartic joy to you. The world is loving it, man.
Yeah.
Do it, my friend.
Thanks, I will. I mean, look, I released it, and I kind of see music as sort of a legacy. You know, it's on Spotify, it's on all the streaming platforms. They're not going away. It's going to be there. Jude hasn't heard it, apart from that. So I'm hoping that one day, you know, it's my love letter to him. It was a cathartic process for me to write, and I sort of dealt with very hard things in the verses and then tried to deal with, like, love for him in the choruses. And how much, like, his mother and I, you know, are there for him. And, yeah, so that was the process and the sort of thinking behind the song. And then it was to leave it online so that one day he'll find it. I never expected to get on TV with it. I never. And actually, he has kids coming up to him at school going, we heard your dad's song. So now he's like, Dad, what's this song? And I'm not ready to show him. And his sister as well. Now his sister knows that her brother has a song, so now the pressure's on.
Oh, yeah. So there will be a second thank you. That's all we needed to hear. No, I love it. No, there's a reason why you're on national TV right now, because this resonates with all of us. I'm a dad of 2 young kids, and just trying to shoulder that idea of protection. When my son had pink eye last week, I was freaking out. My foundations were rocked. So I can't imagine what you've been through, my friend, in that sense, but we can all get where you're at right now. You're an amazing dad, and you're just a good guy, man.
Thank you.
Keep it up, son. Incredible stuff. So it is available to download right now. Please drop a comment or two on any social media platform and encourage him to do more, because it's absolutely beautiful. Sugar for your soul. An original, a love letter, not for the whole world, but for an audience of one. So Jude, in 20 years or so, I hope you enjoy it, son.
I love it. Okay, so we know this. A father's role is instrumental and always adds that extra dose of care. Just extra dose of care.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever anytime, anywhere.
Yes, it does indeed, Tabiso. I couldn't agree more, and this is what we are about to do. We're going to celebrate because to dads and dad figures, remember all the ways you care for us and are eternally grateful. So, after the last couple of days, Panano gave you the chance to win 2,500 Rand cash daily. And we heard heartwarming stories from all of you and loved your tribute to the phenomenal dads as well as husbands. I love reading it.
I love that. It's beautiful. We've seen such beautiful messages. You're right, Raul. But today we are excited, very excited to announce our final winner for Father's Day. Can we have a drum roll, please?
Yes, bring it on. Our winner is Donnie Henry! Another winner in the bag. Tabiso, I love the message that she sent, though. Absolutely beautiful. And she said the following: my husband has the most giving heart and spirit. He does everything in his power to keep my son and I safe and happy. I would love to bless him with this wonderful prize and, of course, the hashtag a dose of care. Doesn't that just warm your heart?
It does warm my heart. In fact, we've got Donnie on the line this morning. Donnie, good morning. How does it feel to be a winner?
Good morning. I'm so overjoyed. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to Expresso. I'm just so excited.
Oh,
this
love
is
that.
Stunning. I love it. I love it.
And we love making winners. And look, you absolutely deserve it. Just listening to that message that you wrote, it seems like this is a deserved winner that we're talking to right now. How did you celebrate? How did you celebrate yesterday? Obviously, with your husband and it being Father's Day, a big day nonetheless. How was it?
You know what? We live on a homestead, and he's forever busy. He's on the land. He's always busy on the land. He's never doing anything. It doesn't stop. So yesterday, we didn't let him do anything. We treated him like the king that he is. we treated him like royalty. He wasn't allowed to work, and he was just allowed to chill and be spoiled.
Donnie, I'm just looking at the picture of the two of you there. Not only does he seem like or sound like an incredible father, he seems like a fantastic husband to you, a wholesome guy through.
Awesome.
Oh, man. So tell me, now that we know he's so wholesome and so are you, and together it all works, what are you going to be using that prize money for?
You know what? We are actually going to be spoiling him. We're taking him to a nice breakfast somewhere, giving him a nice gift.
Yes.
And then the rest of the money is going into the household, because we're trying to start up a little chili sauce company thing that we're doing at Rugby, and we want to, put it in.
Well, you're going to have to send us some goodies, please, and with a price list, we'll send the cash back to you guys. I mean it.
We definitely will.
I mean it. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Awesome. Going. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's even my son that's done it, so it's together a venture for the two of them.
Nice.
So,
absolutely brilliant idea. And thank you for sharing the love. It sounds like you are blessed to have such a great man. And enjoy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye.
Man.
Don't you love that? And you can hear how genuinely happy she is. I love that.
But that's because he makes them happy, and he does deserve that extra dose of care because he gives an extra dose of care every second of the day. So congratulations to every single one of our winners that we've had. It's been so lovely hearing about your phenomenal dads and your phenomenal husbands that have come through here. To all of the dads, we hope that you've had a great Father's Day.
Yes, indeed. And of course, this is the last competition of this kind, but check this out. The excitement isn't over yet, because today we are switching gears. It's time to celebrate incredible sons, where you stand another chance to win 2,500 Rand daily. Yes, it's back. It's reimagined. And our Panado Sons Celebration competition is going down, and here's exactly how to enter. Check this out.
Celebrate our sons and win. Catch Expresso to stand a chance to win a 2,500 Rand cash prize from Panado each weekday morning from the 20th to the 30th of June. Nominate your son and tell us about their biggest achievement that you're the most proud of. Don't forget to use the hashtag a dose of care. Enter now. Each day's competition closes at 10 a.m. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live in S3. We're back to chat all things fatherhood. We're now joined by Terrence's mentor, who is also known as, wait for it, Afro Daddy.
I wonder why.
I have no idea. I think it's because, Afrocentric approaches to life. I don't know. But anyway, he is super popular on social media platforms as he talks about parenting, shows a lot of authenticity and vulnerability and all of that, which is a fantastic and a great resource for anybody who is a dad. Let's welcome the father of two, of Liam and Eli. He'll be taking us through the journey of fatherhood, touching on the family dynamics of his blended family. Terrence, it's so good to see you again.
How are you, buddy?
Very well, and yourself?
Good, man. Afro looks good.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I grew it myself, so,
You're very proud. You are a very proud dad, and I love it because we generally connect over dad talks.
Yeah.
And things about, like, vulnerability and all these things we never get to really talk about as gents. So I appreciate the fact that you've opened that line of communication. When we talk about your blended family, you've had an incredible journey to get to the point where you're at. So I can understand why you feel the need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people going out there going through similar things who don't have a sounding board, especially men. But let's start at the heart of your daddy journey, and let's talk about Liam, your first son you adopted in 2014. Did you know, or how did you know you were ready to be a dad?
I don't think anyone in the history of time has ever known that they were ready to be a dad. You may have thought you were ready, but you actually weren't ready.
Then life will humble you.
Yes, very quickly. Yeah. You realize that you weren't ready. I didn't know. All I realized is that we had this wonderful little boy in our home who I adored and loved and wanted to adore and love for the rest of my life. And so that's how we started the process. I definitely didn't feel ready. I felt all the anxiety. I distinctly remember when we found out that we were going to adopt him, being very excited and then driving home and having a complete panic attack on the highway to the point where I had to pull off and catch my breath, really understand what's going on, and that doesn't really go away because every time they get into a new phase, you realize that it's hectic.
Yeah, man. We have those deep breaths every day. Yeah.
And you have this blended family, which is beautiful. And I mean, we live in South Africa, and there are so many great cultures and so many great social dynamics that happen and put these families together. And then Eli comes along.
Yeah.
So Liam's there, Eli comes along, you and your wife have Eli, and now you have to manage this Liam, now an only child, now being part of a family.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's also the dynamic of Liam being adopted that you have to take into account. How did you manage and navigate that scenario, making sure everybody felt like they were part of the same clique?
So I think we really emphasize that everyone is special in their own way. In our family, we all look different. So if you saw the four of us walking down the street, I don't think you'd really know that we were in the same family necessarily. But we all look different. We all have different skin, different hair, different eyes, and it's all beautiful and it's all good in its own special way.
Yes.
So it's a lot of emphasis on, just because your hair requires this kind of comb versus this kind of comb, it's all good.
How often is hair the narrative? How often is hair the vehicle you use to explain life?
About 3 times a day.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, my daughter's a little ginger, so I get you, man. I understand it.
That is a whole other one. I don't know that.
But you've written about the 4 benefits for being a dad. For those who haven't heard them, what are, in your mind, the 4 pillars, the 4 biggest bonuses of being a papa bear?
So I think the first one is that fatherhood really forces you to look at yourself.
Yeah.
You really have to work on yourself first if you want to be the best dad possible. I think that's the first one. I think having a person who just adores you all the time, well, not all the time, but a lot of the time, having someone who adores you. I think having the opportunity to be a better person, to work through that. And, studies do show that fathers make better employees generally because you have bigger things to work for, right?
Yeah.
You're not just working for yourself anymore. You have to work for this person right now, but also this person's future and potentially their children's children. So you're working for a legacy, which means that you're more likely to show up and work on time and work a little bit harder because you have all of these other physical mouths to feed and futures to work towards.
Look, it's been about 30 seconds. Can we all do the breath?
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're fine. We're there.
Now, let's talk about raising kids as well, because that is something that no one gives you the pamphlet for when you have the kids. They don't say, right...
You didn't get that?
No, I didn't get the pamphlet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's the postal system, I'm sorry.
It's really bad. You'll get it in about 5 years, probably.
I thought I had to do my own. Anyway, on a series that morals, values, instilling that, it's largely observed behavior, isn't it? So how do you impart that onto these two incredible kids of yours?
Well, like you say, it's very much observed, and you need to set yourself up correctly first.
Yes.
So that you can say something like, hey, do you ever hear mom and dad use those words?
Yeah.
No, we don't talk like that in our family. We don't hit. Does mom and dad hit you? No, we don't hit each other. We don't hit you. We don't. So therefore, you shouldn't hit your little brother, for instance. Yeah. That's the best way you can teach morals. It's so much easier to tell your child, look at my behavior, that's what I want you to model, and better, than to say, yes, dad does that, but you shouldn't be allowed to do that. How do you explain, well, daddy does X, but you aren't allowed to do that? That's a very complicated conversation. It's just so much easier just to be better yourself first.
No, it really does force you. It governs you in every sense and space in the world, but it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to ask you this very quickly. What is the thing you say to yourself every day? Is there a mantra? Is there when times are tough, when you're feeling weak, in those crunch moments, what do you say to yourself?
I say to myself, you do not have to be perfect. You just have to show up as best as you can.
All right, I love that. We're going to show up today. The dads are showing up today. We love this guy. You can go and find him on social media. We have got all of his details, along with all of the amazing guests that have been on our panel this morning. So thank you to the amazing dads who are doing this every day. You just got to show up. So let's see if we got some more dads showing up on our WhatsApp line.
Yeah, it's time to check through the WhatsApp lines, and we've been getting so many messages. Of course, we asked the question, what do you think is the most important role of a father figure in someone's life? And we asked you to share that on our WhatsApp line. It's 063-408-8863, and you can use the hashtag Expresso Show. And I'm looking through all these voice notes. We've got a lot that have come through. Colleen's up first, so let me push play on that one, see what she has to say.
Good morning, Expresso. Colin from Telkom. My message for all the fathers is keep on doing what you're doing because you are doing something right. And to all the fathers that is present in their kids' lives, and to the fathers that are adopting other kids, keep on doing what you're doing. We love you, dads, and please protect our ladies and our kids. Thank you.
I love that one from Colleen. Keep on doing what you're doing. I got another one here from Azania. Let's see what he has to say.
Fathers are the best things in the world. They advise you, tell you what to do. Even though they are strict, they love you and appreciate their love. We love them so much.
We definitely do love them so much, Azania. Thank you for sending that voice note through. Another one from Melanie, which I think you're going to absolutely love. Let's take a listen.
I do believe that there are a lot of women out there doing double duty, filling the role of a mother and a father, and they're also good role models for their kids. I applaud moms and dads.
Yeah, I'm going to stand with you on that one and also go for a big applaud because they definitely are that and so much more. Lastly, we've got another voice note. We have so many that come through. And I want to say thank you so much, but the last one I want to play now is from Gladys. Let's hear this one.
Morning, this is Gladys. I just wanted to wish all the fathers a blessed, happy Father's Day. I hope they got spoiled and they can continue to look after their families, and this world will be a better place. Thank you so much. God bless.
Oh, God bless. It will be a better place. I want to say thank you again, Colleen, Azania, Melanie, Gladys, and everybody else that has been sending these incredible voice notes in, reminding us of how important and how special our father figures are in our lives, and of course, using today to celebrate just that. And we're going to continue with the celebrations right now, and Thabiso Magubela is standing by.
I love all of those voice notes. Thank you so much to everyone that did send them through. It's time now to dial up the Feel Good here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show with some jams, some music from our music guest this morning. It's Keanu Haka, who has treated us to some awesome jams, some brand new music from his latest project. And you know what? Here he is with his debut album, a jam from there. This one is called Me For You. Take it away, Keanu.
And the downs, you know my love is true. Whatever may come and may go, I am never letting go. just so you know that I'm never letting go. I'm never ever letting go. And I want you to know it's me for you, you for me. Yeah. Together there's nothing we cannot be. Cannot be. Me for you, you for me. Baby, we're meant to be. Whenever you call, I'll be there. Whenever you're in despair, the thought of you not being here, I just cannot bear. Whatever may come and may go, I am never letting go. Just so you know that I'm never letting go. I'm never ever letting go. And I want you to know it's me for you, you for me, yeah. Together there's nothing we cannot be. Me for you, you for me, yeah. Baby, we're meant to be. I know we've had our ups and downs, we've had some smiles, we've had our frowns, but you know that you're the one for me. We're meant to be, and you know it. Give me just a chance to show it. Thank you for being you. I love you. I love you. Me for you, you for me. Together there's nothing we can't be. Oh, me for you, you for me. Yeah. Baby, we're meant to be.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. It's Keanu Harker here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Me For You. That song is so beautiful. It comes from the soul. What inspired it?
It's a love song.
Yeah.
It's a love song. It's I feel like it's going to be a wedding song soon. It's a wedding song of the year. Let's get it out there. It's a love song. It's just me and you. It's me for you against the world. And, you know, it's just the affirmation of love.
I can totally see a beautiful couple just walking down the aisle to this one. Me for you. In fact, I would like having them with you there live in person. Let us know what you thought of it. Let's make it happen. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. What did you think of the song? Let us know. Use that hashtag Expresso Show. And book him for your wedding. Yes, for your getrouwde. We'll see you just now.
Want to win a taste of the smooth life? Buy a Tropica, find your unique code under the cap, and stand a chance to win your share of 100,000 Rand worth of Uber vouchers. If you find the word treasure under your cap, you will win one of these 10 big prizes: a gas hob, a fridge, a clothing voucher worth 10,000 Rand, one of 3 Rest Assured beds, or one of 2 Uber vouchers worth 10,000 Rand each. You could also win a trip for 2 to the smooth Seychelles, or a whopping 250,000 Rand worth of prizes from Suzuki. So buy a Tropica today, and you could win big. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3. I've got a question for you, okay? What's the one thing we all want more of? Answer me. Data, that's correct, or data, however you say it. And this morning, Telkom joins us to announce the launch of their brand new postpaid mobile deals that'll unlimit your world of Monati connectivity. And here to tell us all about the brand new Flex On and Infinite Data deals is Bodia Kutsia, the portfolio manager for mobile postpaid products at Telkom. Bodia Kutsia, good morning.
Morning to you, Tabiso. Good morning to the viewers. And thank you for the opportunity.
I am so excited, and we haven't even started this conversation. Please tell me, why have you decided to revamp your postpaid and top-up mobile offerings?
So the landscape is very competitive. I think we see all the competitors out there trying to attract customers to their brands, to their products. And Telkom has always been the leader. You know, we are known for our unique value propositions. We are known for our good value. I think FreeMe, when we launched FreeMe, it was a testimony to that. So we went to our customers. We asked them, what do you want? They would like data. They would like affordable data. They would like to be in touch and to stay in touch.
But tell me, Bodia, what exactly is the new Flex On and Infinite Postpaid and top-up deals? What do they look like?
Flex On is our entry mobile package. It gives you unrestricted data. It gives you a lot of data. You can use it where you want to use it, when you want to use it, on which platform you want to use it, and you don't wait until 12 at night to start using it. With that, we're giving you 500 minutes that you can use on the Telkom network, and the entry point there is a 99 Rand a month. That will give you that data. So Flex On is sort of whetting your appetite. Infinite is a unlimited data plan specifically for a smartphone with a promise that you will never run out of data again.
I love that.
Yes.
And tell me, Bodia, will the slower speed, because I imagine that there'll be some slow speed considerations there, will it not impact on the ability to stream videos or using our smartphone?
No, not at all. Not at all. As technology improves, the flow of that data improves and you get a better quality video. You get 4K, ultra definition. And what we've customized now is we look at what speed of data is necessary to have a good experience on your smartphone. What will still allow you to watch YouTube videos, to stream Netflix, to do TikTok, all your social media platforms, and that is the speed that we're going to give you. So it's not a bad experience, but by controlling that flow of data, it allows us to give you an unlimited data experience, and you will never run out of data again.
I love that. So for 299 Rand per month, what can I get on the Infinite mobile package?
With our Infinite product, you get 15 gig of high-speed data, thereafter a commitment of unlimited data at an standard definition streaming quality, plus 6,000 on-net minutes, plus 300 minutes to call other operators if you're not using your 6,000 minutes, plus a lot of SMSs.
Wow. Are customers still making voice calls today? Are people calling each other a lot?
They do, believe it or not. Telkom has always been a leader with on-net calling, although, yes, people are migrating to WhatsApp, to VoIP calls. A lot of people and a lot of customers value the fact that we give them an unlimited calling experience on the Telkom network. And what we heard from families is they would bring their brother, sister, mother on board because they've got this abundance of minutes. They can make a call. They don't need to check their balances. They don't need to top up. They don't need to worry about running out of minutes. So we also want to give an unlimited calling experience. And people love that.
You know what? You are enabling a world of connectivity. Now, in the past, I know that Telkom offered free me for mobile. Does this mean that the new postpaid plans are going to replace the iconic free me?
No, they'll be flanking each other, and we will be giving customers a choice. So Freeme will still be there. We will have Flex on flanking them, but anything at the $299 price point and higher, Infinite will be the best option. It will be the best offer in the market.
I love it all. Bodia Coutier, you have been so fantastic. You came with all the gifts. You came with so much value this morning. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for you to have my 299 Rand a month. Thank you so much for chatting to me this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Ah, what a rock star, what a rock star. There you have it. Connect to all things Monate with Telkom's brand new revamped postpaid mobile deals, Infinite and Flex On. Now, these are available across Telkom stores nationwide, and you can also get them online, telkom.co.za.
Yes, we're going to get some of that. Thank you so much, Tabiso, for the lovely conversation and educating us. But it's time to educate you in the kitchen. Now, listen to this. A delicious Indian-style minced curry served in freshly baked buns. Yes, indeed. I know that makes for a perfect weeknight dinner. Now, this humble curry dish is super quick, it's easy, and it's delicious. And B-Well's pure canola cooking oil ensures that the flavors sing. And here to show ourselves, of course, the beautiful Jenny Morris once again. And I'm loving you in orange today. It is working. It is giving us the energy and the flames that we all need. So thank you. Are you okay?
Got a nice voice.
To me?
Yeah.
Were you listening properly?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Do it again.
But I don't know what to do. No one's ever complimented. We are going to sing, and already the fan is singing. The onions are in. It's looking extraordinary. And I see a lot of good ingredients
Yes,
here.
I've got my canola oil in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the potatoes and the onions in together because I like to get a little bit of that golden stuff happening around it. Yes.
Now, I must just say, with the ingredients they're using here, beautiful, ticks the boxes. One thing that stands out for me in this recipe is, though, when you ever include like mince and bread, I just think of like a sloppy Joe. So this is like, yeah, exactly. So this is like upgraded on another level. And I see you using the hero ingredient. We got canola over there. I want to talk to Mzansi about this because it is so special. Now, pure canola cooking oil, B-Well's pure canola oil, it's locally produced, right? And it's also light, neutral in flavor, and it makes for perfect options when it comes to all your cooking needs. Now, on top of that, the oil is also naturally cholesterol-free. Yes, that's enough to celebrate. Now, this also aids in reducing the risk of heart disease and heart attacks. And on top of that, it's also high in omega-3, which is so good for your heart health. It promotes brain health and also fights cancer cells on top of that. So, we're kicking butt with this one, and we're doing awesome things with flavor too.
Look, whoops!
But this meal is doing that because it's not just the good flavors that you always provide for us, but it's what's in that and what's making up that flavor. And that's good nutrition on top of it too. When you add canola oil to the mix, you got a good hearty meal for winter.
Well, actually, you made my heart smile because it's got the heart mark.
Oh, yes, of course.
As well,
so you know it's
so
been
that
endorsed.
absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. You can eat guilt-free knowing that you're having some healthy pleasures in this one.
Now, what I have here is some cumin, I've got some curry powder, I've got some garlic. I'm going to put some salt and pepper, tomato paste, fresh tomatoes.
Yum.
I'm going to put chili in. I don't know how hot you like it, but you know what? It's
no
red
one's
and
getting
it's
cold in winter.
full of vitamin C.
Yeah, no,
Very, very
definitely.
good.
Gets the metabolism going as well.
Absolutely. So while that is going to just sizzle along on its own, you and I are going to put together this beautiful bread ring.
This is where I want to pay attention.
Yes.
This seems like important. Well, as important as anything else, but it's a half of the recipe, right?
It is. This is very definitely. So we're going to take, and we're going to do this together. We're going to just press our dough out. We're going to make balls.
All right.
Okay. So you're going to make 2 balls from that.
2 balls out of that.
And you don't even have to make the dough. You can go to a supermarket. A lot of them sell their dough. No, absolutely. So we're going to do this. We've sprayed beautifully. Just give this a little thing, and you just pack them next to each other. Yes. And it doesn't matter if one ball is bigger than the other because it's sprayed. It's going to...
As long as you're having a ball of a time.
Exactly, darling. And with you, what can I say? I have a ball every time we cook together. There we go, darling. Don't be lazy.
Let's keep going. And this is the fun part, I guess. I mean, get the family involved, get everyone in the kitchen. You can make some bowls.
Yep.
And, enjoy playing with them.
That. The kids will actually love doing this.
I'm sure they would.
This nice Father's Day dish as well.
Make a game out of it and see if you can pop
Want
in
a
there.
bet?
Alley-hoop. Nice shot.
I once did bread making with the Stormers, and these boys just were not kneading the dough, so I said, let's pass. By the time I got it back, it was beautiful.
Oh, smart.
It was beautiful.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and just make me another small little ball to go into there. I'm going to go back to this.
Okay.
Because these flavors are...
Oh, they're coming alive, and the smells that I'm already getting from this.
Out.
Beautiful.
So that ain't burning. Now we're going to
What's happened to the bread, though?
Butter.
Ah, got you.
We're going to do... And you break up some bread for yourself in the meantime. This is bread and butter. How healthy is that?
It's got a beautiful crisp on it. It's nice and soft on the inside.
And I made you some curry up front.
Woo! Can I please,
Maybe if you're nice to me. You can.
Yes, I absolutely love this. While I prepare for this, of course, Mzansi, that's how simple and easy this recipe is. It's about adding some magic. It's about making your own bread and getting all that love together. What do you...
Fill it,
oh,
darling.
We're going to fill it up.
Yeah.
While I fill this up with the good stuff, because we fast forward into time and already got some of this, I cannot wait to tuck into this. But before I do, I have to tell you about something special, because you can win big with Be Well now. They're giving away 150,000 Rand in grand prizes, and you can stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Rand on top of that too. I mean, come on, what is there not to love about this? So you can do the following. You can enter by simply purchasing your favorite Be Well product, take a photo of yourself and your Be Well product, and send the picture to any of the Be Well social media platforms, or you can send it to their WhatsApp line, and that's on 0605823678. And of course, include your name and your contact number with that. Now remember, the T's and C's can be found on the Be Well website, and of course, if you are wondering more about this recipe and all this magic that we just put together, then you can head over to expressoshow.com. And just on top of that, if you missed any of the steps, don't worry, we got you covered, because I know how important this is to you. So you can check out this recipe recap right now. Thank you very much, Jenny.
Enjoy.
Beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Yes.
Jungle, do life with heart.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live here on S3 at the start of a brand new week. Yes, it's a Monday, and we've got Cape Town-born singer and songwriter Keanu Harker, who's launched his latest single, No More, on all major digital platforms. You should be getting that one. It's following up on his well-received first album, I Believe in Me. Here he is this time around with No More. No More!
Shy away, those clouds are gone. Morning comes, waking up, let's try again. Pick it up, take a step, and make that move. So, no matter what we're going through, we're staying true. So no more hiding, crying, backing down. No more believing we're not enough until here and no more. Far too long have we been shoved aside, criticized, minimized. But take a stand and grab a hand. It's gonna be a beautiful ride. Now's the time. It's in our hands to make a change and change it all. No more hiding, crying, backing down. No more believing we're not enough until here and no more. Until here and no more. I say no more hiding, crying, backing down. No more believing we're not enough until here and no more. Until here and no more. Until here and no more.
What a beautiful one. No More. It's a brand new offering. Go and download it right now. I love it.
We'll
Take
see
a
you
bow.
tomorrow. We love you.
For when it's chilly or rainy or just for the sake of it, here's the toastiest ways of keeping winter at bay, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.